each time your debit card is used, before the sales clerk can provide you with a receipt. Prevent fraud, control spending with Southern Heritage Bank, a division of First Citizens National Bank, member FDIC.
The Mix 1041 News Desk brought to you by Logan Thompson Law, a tradition of legal and community service. That's Logan Thompson Law at LoganThompsonLaw.com. Local and state news, Mix 1041. Good morning, everybody. We are on Mix 1041 Radio. We're also on MixTV.tv. Let me say a couple of things as we come on the air here. Talk 1013, The Buzz, which many of you listen to, as well as Mix 1041, is off the air. We have an issue. I'm just going to say this, with a national communications company that needs to get resolved ASAP. So we've been off the air for about a day, and quite frankly, we're tired of it. So they're working on this, and hopefully it'll be back very quickly. So that is so Talk 1013, The Buzz, Fiesta 99.1 are off the air. We apologize for that, but this national communications company, Bridget, I'm not blaming you, but they've been a little hard to deal with, quite frankly.
Uh-oh.
Is that what you're hearing, Fruit Loops? Of course, Fruit Loops didn't know a thing about it.
I heard 1013 was off.
I didn't know we were having a problem.
Yeah.
So before we get to local and state news, Nick Saban, Bridget, out at Alabama.
Yeah.
But we have a couple of exclusive reports to Mix 1041. We have a source inside the University of Alabama who I spoke with last night who said two things. This was the greatest planned surprise in college football history. Also, the report I got last night was a new coach will be announced within 72 hours. Now, in the last few minutes, Dan Lanning, the head coach of Oregon and a former assistant coach to Nick Saban at Alabama, well, he's in Tuscaloosa, we understand, tracking the private plane. Sports Illustrated is reporting that this morning. Dan Lanning has touched down in Tuscaloosa. So those reports all line up. I don't know. We're not saying anything yet, but that's the deal there. Do you have any exclusive reportage?
I sure do not. I know you're shocked by that.
Well, no, I mean, what do you think? Saban retiring? I mean, it caught everybody by surprise.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think that's kind of a rumor every year that he may retire. But, I mean, he's the greatest of all time, in the coaching world. And
there's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
And, it's funny. He and Bill Belichick are like best friends. And there's a lot of rumors that Belichick's coming to the Falcons. And, by the way, bring him on. I don't care how I don't care if he's 98 years old. Well, first of all, it'll be better than what we've had this last several years. I'm a big Falcons fan, if you don't know. But bring him on, man. Let Saban come and be an offensive analyst for him, like Saban hired all these other old head coaches anyway. Well, there's a lot of news to get to, and we're also going to be joined by Senator Bill Hagerty. And we're going to be joined by Senator Hagerty just after local and state news. Let's get to it. Nicholas Edward Owenby has been indicted by Bradley County grand jury, charged with aggravated statutory rape. According to court documents, the incident happened between May 1st of 2022 and July 31 of 2022. The victim, described as a person between the ages of 13 and 18, will keep you up to date. WDEF is reporting a Cleveland woman is being charged with stealing more than $97,000 in lottery tickets from a gas station where she was an employee. Cleveland police arrested Kathleen Yarber January 2nd. Yarber had a warrant for her arrest, and officers took her into custody during a traffic stop. November 6th of 2023, the owner of a gas station on Paula Parkway reported a theft of $97,217 from the store. The thefts took place between March of 2023 and November of 2023. A police report indicates that Yarber was an employee and had been taking lottery tickets without paying for them, as well as taking cash. All of that caught on tape. Cleveland Mayor Kevin Brooks, he does now a State of the City tour He was at the Noonday Rotary Club Tuesday, and of course he let us know before his speech that Cleveland and Bradley County had achieved the most new job gains in the entire state. He had just been told that by the State Department of Economic Development prior to giving his speech at the Rotary Club. And he noted that, and by the way, he's going to give this same State of the City address at the traditional location, which is the Kiwanis Club, 1 week from today. More on the Kiwanis Club in a moment here. Noting in his initial his concerns about a 65% variable rate debt. He commended the council for reducing it by 5%, said the city allocated $140 million for road and bridge improvements over the next 3 years. He highlighted investments in Mosby Park and the glow-in-the-dark disc golf course at Fletcher Park. So the glow-in-the-dark disc golf course made the State of the City, Bridget.
How about that?
Because like the disc golf course, also the mayor glows in the dark. So there you go. At least we're hitting the important things. Come on, Steve. Ongoing initiatives include the Edmund Street Corridor and $27.5 billion for the East-West Crosstown Connector Project, with additional plans for 2024. There's going to be, and later today, let me say this, Bradley County Mayor Gary Davis will give his State of the County address at the Kiwanis Club. We're going to have that live on mixtv.tv beginning around noontime from the Elks Lodge. And then the following week, Mayor Brooks will give, his State of the City address also at the Kiwanis Club on mixtv.tv. By the way, tonight, there's going to be a forum of the Republican district attorney candidates, and I understand it says here, according to Chattanooga Times Free Press and Ben Benton this morning, 2 Republican challengers will face off in that forum at McMinn Central High School tonight at 6 o'clock. And current DA Sherry Taylor will face Steve Hatchett and also Jeff Miller in the race. Now this says, let's see here. Two of the challengers will face off tonight in McMinn County at McMinn Central High School. All right. So that is that. Now here is Emily Beatty with another story this morning.
Steve Hartline, owner of Hartline LLC, which includes radio stations WCLE AM, 101.3 The Buzz, Mix 104.1, and Fiesta Radio 99.1, along with Mix TV, has been selected as this year's recipient of the 2024 Robert W. Varnell Jr. Leadership Award, presented in memory of the late Robert W. Varnell Jr. The award recognizes a person demonstrating excellence in leadership and profession, commitment to community, religion, high morals, and ethical standards. Steve is a native of Bradley County and received his education locally, graduating from Cleveland High School and also receiving a degree in communications in 2000 from Lee University. His career in radio began at age 15 when he worked for WCLE, then owned by Cleveland Mayor Emeritus Tom Rowland. In 2008, Steve purchased the station and quickly began growing its presence and impact in the area. His accolades are many and include a Hall of Fame recognition from Cleveland High School and School of Communications Alumnus of the Year from Lee University. He is also a former recipient of the Communicator of the Year Award from the Cleveland Media Association. Steve is also the recipient of the Chamber's prestigious Mel Bedwell Small Business Person of the Year in 2020. The staff at WCLE would like to congratulate Steve Hartline on this great honor.
Well, not all of us, but
most of what she said was fake. But I'm very thankful and very, very honored. And let me tell you why I'm honored. Robert Varnell was an unbelievable man. And good morning to his son, Rob, who I went to high school with at Cleveland, and that meant a lot to me, Rob. Thank you very much, buddy. And his dad was Dr. Varnell, who was actually my grandparents' doctor. So, I mean, you talk about a legendary family, so that's the real honor there. But I am accepting this award on behalf of Bridget.
Wow.
Thank you.
How about that?
And,
Okay.
and just get ready for my speech, Bridget. You'll
Okay.
especially want to be in
Okay.
tune. All right, let's get our first check of the streets. And we're going to be joined by Senator Bill Hagerty and also Senator Dan Good from Crown Automotive, all coming up.
All right, this Don Ledford Cleveland Mixed Highway Patrol report is brought to you by Don Ledford in Cleveland. They are your exclusive home of Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC, located on North Lee Highway and anytime at donledford.com. We have no reports of any accidents this morning. Drive safely out there as you make your way in. And as always, if you see a traffic problem, give us a call. The volunteer Rid-a-Pest Mix line is 614-6499. You can also text us at that same number on the Selwa Darren text line. That's Darren Miller, eXp Realty. This traffic report is brought to you by Waste Connections of Cleveland. Waste Connections introduces efficient, state-of-the-art automated curbside service. Find out more by visiting wasteconnections.com/ClevelandTN.
Coming up, Senator Bill Hagerty. But first, this from Hardee's. Back with the senator in about 30 seconds. Now, Mayfield Dairy, celebrating 100 years of the iconic Mayfield ice cream at MayfieldDairy.com, proudly headquartered in Athens, Tennessee.
You're watching Mix Mornings on Mix TV. Here is your current Kia of Cleveland time. And your current temperature is brought to you by Simply Bank.
This Mix TV interview is supplied by Wholesale Supply Group. Visit us online at wholesalesupply.us.
As we are now joined by a United States Senator from the Volunteer State, Senator Bill Hagerty. Good morning, Senator. How are you?
I'm well, Steve. Good morning to you.
Good morning. And, Senator, we've got so much to talk about as you are there live in Washington. But I just want to dive in here and begin. What did you make of the Secretary of Defense, Lloyd Austin, his hospitalization not being known, really, for quite some time, not being announced, and then his condition really only being announced the last couple of days?
Well, first, Steve, I'd say certainly at an individual level, I wish him the best, and I hope that he has a speedy recovery. But the fact that he's a four-star general, he certainly understands the chain of command, and he should understand his rules and responsibilities in terms of being a cabinet member, and in fact, one of the most important cabinet members in the chain of command, the Secretary of Defense, at a time that we're essentially in war. It's a complete dereliction of duty for him to not fulfill his responsibilities. While he was incapacitated, we had 8 attacks on Americans. The person who was actually the acting Secretary of Defense, even though she didn't know it, Kath Hicks, was on vacation in Puerto Rico. I mean, this is just the height of irresponsibility. Again, it goes back to the fact that Joe Biden can't even spell accountability. He's not going to hold Lloyd Austin to account. But Austin himself is a military man, and despite the failings in Afghanistan that he never lived up to, never took any responsibility for, I hope he'll think very seriously about what's happened here. At a minimum, learn a lesson, and perhaps set an example where he would demonstrate his own responsibility. I can only imagine what he would do if one of his combatant commanders was off the radar for days at a time, and not let the chain of command know that. I worked closely with the head of the Pacific Command. We had to know these things every single day, how to reach him who's in charge. It's just, again, just a dereliction of duty, and reflects the complete irresponsibility and the lack of seriousness of this administration, where they spend more time working on their pronouns than they do working on the lethality and the effectiveness of our defense.
We're joined by Senator Bill Hagerty live from Washington this morning. And Senator, speaking, you were talking about the Bidens, Hunter Biden. What did you make of his surprise appearance yesterday at the I believe it was a House Oversight Committee, is that right?
Yes, he was at the House Oversight Committee. I have no idea what kind of PR stunt campaign they're putting together. It's just amazing to me the brazenness with which the Bidens have broken the law. There seems to be no appetite to call it out in the media. You're an exception to that, Steve, but if you think about it, most everybody in America knows who the big guy is, right? Yet there have been zero consequences for Joe Biden. He's lied about this throughout the course of his campaign. He's misled the American public. He's continued to lie, fabricate, and then change his story as more facts come out. The Biden laptop analysis, one of my good friends in Cleveland, Tennessee, had it analyzed, and going through that, it is just amazing the type of criminal activity that Hunter Biden was up to and the proximity of his father to very much of it. So I think we've been fed a bill of goods. We've seen the Bidens in a number of precarious places, whether it's Joe Biden setting up the Biden Institute at the University of Pennsylvania, then having unidentified Chinese donations go in there and then pay him hundreds of thousands of dollars. The quid pro quo there was that the president of the University of Pennsylvania, he made her the ambassador to Germany. I voted against that, but she was able to get through and get her payoff for covering up for Biden. These no-show jobs that they get, the fact that he's the big guy, all of this stuff, very well known. I think the Republicans in the House, finally that they have control, are trying to go through this very methodically because they know that the media are their enemy. But they're going to go through this methodically, and I think we're going to find out some very, very disturbing things. Again, I cannot explain Hunter Biden's behavior at all, but it's more and more bizarre by the day.
Senator Bill Hagerty joins us live from Washington, and now to another big story. Obviously, the spending bills and the negotiations about those. What do you make of all of this, Senator, as well as, I know we've got, I believe it's January 19th, one of the first deadlines, is that correct?
Steve, you're exactly right. We've got our January 19th deadline coming up. We've only got about 3 working days before that deadline. It's impossible for me to see how we get there unless there's some form of what they call a continuing resolution to give us more time to process the appropriations bills. Again, what is going on is a manufactured crisis. This is a man-made crisis, and the man who's making the crisis is named Chuck Schumer. We've passed all 12 appropriation bills out of their committees back last July. Schumer has sat on them. He's only brought 3 of the appropriation bills through in one lump. That was on November the 1st. He could have filed the next day to bring the next group forward. Instead, he's left 9 of them floating out there and has done nothing but move these radical nominees across the floor and waste our time here in the Senate. He is trying to precipitate a crisis. And if we get to this point, if we don't have a continuing resolution, you can blame a shutdown on Chuck Schumer because we've not had time to process this. It's just abject irresponsibility. It's legislative malpractice. But it's the way Chuck Schumer likes to create a crisis so then he can produce something called an omnibus bill. I know this is a word that most of our listeners never heard of. I never heard of it before I came up here either. But an omnibus bill means he slams all of it together, runs the Appropriations Committee, and he gets to draft it himself. Amazing amount of power in Chuck Schumer's hands that we allow that to happen. I mean, I've said I'm not going to vote for any omnibus bill. I think that's where Speaker Johnson is on this. We have got to avoid that sort of crisis from happening as well. But this is, again, Chuck Schumer's mismanagement of the Senate to put more power in his hands and to take away the power that the founders intended by creating an Appropriations Committee that would properly vet these programs and move them through the process. It's just a crying shame.
Joined by Senator Bill Hagerty live from Washington. Now, Senator, also a big issue this morning, as it has been for quite some time, the border, and a lot of talk about that even this morning. Where is this currently as far as United States border policy?
Well, the border is an unmitigated disaster with 300,000 people coming in just last month. What we're seeing, Steve, is record after record being set of people entering our country illegally. And I would say this, after the October 7th attack by Hamas in Israel, when the FBI director sat in front of us and said that red lights are going off everywhere in terms of national security threats, we're not managing our border. We don't know who's coming across our border. We do know this, the people coming from the terrorist watch list across the border. We know that there are people coming from Iran across the border. We know that people are coming in droves and they have no control over who's entering our country. They're willing to create this national security crisis. It's interesting. Just recently, a congressional representative from Brooklyn actually said out loud what we know is true. She said she needs these migrants coming to Brooklyn for purposes of her redistricting. She wants to keep her district whole. People are leaving New York. They're backfilling the exodus of people to states like Tennessee and these big blue states that are losing population. They're backfilling with these illegal migrants. And the reason that matters is that the way we apportion congressional districts and electoral votes, I might add, is based on the number of people in a given state, not based on the number of citizens. And by doing this, they've been able to basically swing about 4 additional congressional seats for California that they otherwise wouldn't deserve because of the illegal immigrant population. They're doing the same in New York and Illinois. They're losing population of normal citizens, and they're backfilling it with these people that are coming in illegally. That's when you look at these sanctuary cities, notice where they're located, in blue states that are losing population. But this woman actually came out, Representative Clark, came out and said this past week, that she needs these people for purposes of maintaining her district, so she doesn't get redistricted away, doesn't lose a congressional seat. This is pathetic. They're doing this for power. They don't care what the consequences are with respect to deaths by fentanyl overdose, with respect to the national security crisis of all these people coming in here. We don't know who they are. The human trafficking that's taking place, it's unbelievable what they're willing to incur in terms of damaging our nation and the humanitarian crisis they precipitated. They're doing it all in the name of power.
We're joined by Senator Bill Hagerty this morning, and just one more area. Obviously, the election, the upcoming presidential election, now in the election year. We know the Iowa caucuses are this Monday, so now we're just days away here. We had an interesting situation last night where you had really now the only two, one would say, viable candidates who qualified for the debate last night. Governor Haley, Governor DeSantis, Ambassador Haley also last night. And then you had former President Trump on Fox in a town hall. Did you catch any of that last night, and what'd you make of it?
I did. I was communicating with President Trump's staff during the town hall and afterwards. He had a great event. I didn't get to watch all the town hall, but I got the last half of it. I thought he did a very good job. His team told me he did an even better job in the first half. I watched clips this morning of Ambassador Haley and Governor DeSantis. Look, any of the candidates that we've got on the stage would be far better than Joe Biden. We're going to have an interesting situation unfold here in Iowa very soon. If you look at the polls right now, President Trump has got a commanding lead. I don't see how they, I don't see how that changes in the next couple of weeks. But what we've got is an unprecedented situation where you've got President Biden using his own Department of Justice, and he's got his allies at the state level, attorneys general, who actually ran on a platform of getting Trump. They're trying to basically come after him with the legal system. And I've tried to explain this to people. I just got back from Japan, trying to explain it to people overseas. They can't understand how when someone is charged with a crime, their poll numbers go up. And I explained very simply to the Japanese, who were puzzled by this. I said, it's because the American people can see the rank injustice in all of this. And what it's doing is it's making Joe Biden as unpopular as ever. Their plan is completely backfiring on them. And they're making Trump, even more popular as they bring these fake charges up against him. So it really is amazing. They changed the statute of limitations to go after him just for him. They've gone and targeted an individual, which is absolutely the converse of the way the justice system is supposed to work. Going in and taking out, experts and arguing with him over what he did with valuing his properties and bank deals where nobody lost any money, and they're over. They're just making things up to come after Trump. And taking him off the ballot in a place like Colorado, frankly, he wasn't going to win Colorado electoral votes anyway. So it doesn't have any real impact. At the same time, it's aggravating the American public like we've never seen, and it's driving more and more voters into Trump's corner. So I think it's a big mistake by the Biden administration to be doing this. It's a disgrace when we think about it as Americans, where we have, the president going after his top political opponent in the courts the way they have. But we're going to have a very choppy 2024 as a result of all of this, and I think we just need to strap down and get ready for it.
Senator Bill Hagerty, live from Washington. So much happening, Senator, and I really appreciate you updating our audience about what's going on up there.
Certainly, Steve. Always great to be with you, and a happy 2024 to you.
Happy New Year, sir. Thank you very much, Senator.
All the best.
Senator Bill Hagerty, ladies and gentlemen. All right, stand by. Coming up, Dan Good of Crown Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Sports, we just learned Bill Belichick is out in New England. That just came across the wire. ESPN reporting that's been an unbelievable 24 hours for head coaches.
there are a lot of banks, so what makes Southern Heritage Bank unique? It's our commitment to being unbelievably good as we identify and meet your needs. Stop by one of our 5 locations in Cleveland or Chattanooga and let us show you the difference our customers have come to expect. We strive to offer the latest banking technology, mobile wallet, online account opening, mobile banking with bill pay, and ATMs that allow cash or check deposit. All available 24/7 with a local community bank. Southern Heritage Bank, a division of First Citizens National Bank, member FDIC.
Now at Hardee's, 2 hand-breaded chicken tender wraps are only $5. Choose your favorite flavors for endless combinations. 2 wraps, just $5. Hardee's, goodness in the making. Get exclusive offers on the Hardee's app.
Transform your window project with Cleveland Exteriors. High-quality Viwintech windows built to last a lifetime. Cleveland Exteriors, your trusted partner for exceptional windows. Visit clevelandexteriors.com or call today.
Mayfield Dairy, celebrating 100 years of the iconic Mayfield ice cream at mayfielddairy.com. Proudly headquartered in Athens, Tennessee.
Dad, are these numbers right? Our factory's been overproducing mattresses for most of the year.
The boys were on a heater and I just let them cook.
What?
Yeah, well, when you have a crew of craftsmen like we do, you just gotta let them go.
Well, I guess there's one thing to do. Right now at Mermaid Mattress, get Tempur-Pedic, the most highly recommended mattress in America, starting at only 41 cents a night. But people better hurry because at these prices, they won't last long.
And it's only at Mermaid Mattress.
Your sleep handmade, hand-delivered.
Welcome to Mountain View Nissan Country, where automotive excellence is our top priority. At Mountain View Nissan, we take pride in offering you the finest selection of vehicles, perfectly suited for your adventurous spirit. From powerful SUVs ready to conquer any terrain to your everyday gas-friendly commuters, we have the perfect vehicle to match your lifestyle. This is Mountain View Nissan Country, where automotive dreams become reality. Visit one of our 3 locations in Dalton, Chattanooga, and Cleveland today, and let us take your driving experience to new peaks.
Valley High School. That is from Al, Jenna, Andy, Lauren, Annie, Dave, Sharon, and all your grandkids. Calling your birthdays and wedding anniversaries to us. We'll take those on the volunteer Ridipest Mix line, 614-6499. You can also text us at that same number on the Sell with Darren text line. That's Darren Miller, eXp Realty. Go to our website, mymix1041.com, or download our free Mix 1041 app. It's the Simmons Bank Celebration List. Simmons Bank works hard to help make their customers' dreams come true. Call Ken Do, 423-381-3427.
All right, just before Dan Good, and Dan, did you like it that you had a United States Senator as your warm-up act? That's not bad.
Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it.
I mean, what a compliment to you. Dan, as you come on the air here, you're from the Boston area originally. Bill Belichick out at New England, the word just coming from ESPN in the last 5 minutes. After 24 years, your hot take on this?
I'll tell you what, I was sitting in your lobby while I heard the news, so it's pretty, I don't think it's settled in yet that he's going to be leaving after, 22 years?
24 years, according to ESPN this morning.
Yeah, like I said, they're probably more accurate than me. I try to pretend I'm not as old as I am.
What? I mean, in the history of football, not just the NFL, in the history of sports, I don't think we've ever seen anything like it.
No. The duo between him and Tom Brady for all those years was incredible. And even the contrast in personalities, a guy that was so loved, and then you have, Bill Belichick, who was, loved almost to be hated because he was just so difficult in the, the media. You'd hear these media people have these long, elaborate, well-thought-out questions about the performance of the day, and all they get is, no. That was... And they try to follow it up, and he was like, Didn't you hear me the first time? And so
I love it, dude.
yeah, that was our media with our coach, and all of us are like, oh, that's a great question. But no. Well,
Dan Good joins us, General Manager, Crown Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. All right, it's a new year, Dan. What is happening at Crown as we get started?
Well, they've got some pretty strong specials, 15% off on the Jeep, the Ram, or up to 15% off, depending on the model. But it's, some pretty incredible savings. They realize, the economy's been a little bit of a struggle. I don't know, IKEA's all over the news with they're doing something special. Well, Stellantis and Jeep and Ram and Dodge have all, they've stepped up, and they're giving substantial discounts to try to, people that need a car, want a car, have an opportunity to really save some money. So it's a great opportunity. We're seeing an influx of customers. Usually January's starts off a little slow. We have not seen that to be the case because the inclination is the specials aren't going to last through the spring because there's some pent-up demand. Interest rates might drop a little bit, so, pay less on interest. You know what these guys do. It doesn't matter the manufacturer. So it's a good time to take advantage of real cash savings.
So what do you encourage people to do as far as just come out and see you, I guess, is the best way?
Best way, come on down. Technically, I always said it since I started when I started as a service writer, but when I moved into sales, you don't buy me, you're buying a car. If we have a vehicle that you like or have some desire to, look into, come down. There's no pressure. If you like the car, you like the money involved with getting the car, we'd like you to have the car, or the truck.
Let's, last time you were here, you talked about leasing, and you made the case that for some people it may be a better option than purchasing. And would you review that a little bit for us here this morning in case folks didn't hear that?
Sure. What it is, it's a great opportunity to get a shorter term contract and oftentimes a lower payment, sometimes substantially lower payment. So you can almost do a 3-year test drive. You've got a guaranteed fixed value, so you know where you land after 3 years. You enjoy a little bit of a lower monthly payment, and should you decide, well, I want to own my car, well, just buy it at the end. You know today what you could buy it for 3 years from now. And a lot of people with leasing, they'll say, well, you don't own your car. I said, well, when you buy a car with a bank contract, you don't own the car either. And they say, really? I said, yes, just skip 2 payments and you'll find out who owns the car.
You'll find out real quick.
Yeah. Well, no, usually, sometimes they'll go 3.
Oh, okay, fine.
But, no, I'm only teasing on that. But it is. It's a way to, you don't have to make a 5, 6, or even 7, some dealerships are doing year commitments. You can do a 3-year commitment. And there's really no trick. The trick is 70% of the people at the end of their lease contract get a new vehicle. So the trick is the manufacturer gets to sell more, we get to sell more. If you do buy a new vehicle, we get your other vehicle as a trade, and we get to sell potentially 3 cars in 3 years from one customer. That's the benefit to the dealer. It doesn't have to be another trick, so that's a lot of people. What's the trick with leasing? So it's just financially beneficial to everybody. You save money on monthly payment, you lower your, contract obligation timeline, and the dealer has a chance to, earn more customers.
We're joined by Dan Good. Dan, General Manager at Crown Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, exit 20 off I-75. I want to go to a couple of your brands because Jeep, I mean, my goodness, and especially in this area, Jeep is just such a hot brand. You just mentioned you've got some great deals right now.
Correct, we do. It's they've been really flying out the door. The Gladiators with 15% off has been phenomenal. Obviously the Jeep Grand Cherokee is a staple. That just keeps on going out. And it should be noted, I'll have more details, but in April we're having a significant Jeep event at the location.
Right.
So we'll have that off-road course that we have in the back of the building. That'll be available, and we're going to probably have, it's probably going to be our largest event within the last 5 years.
Wow, okay, that's a good teaser. The other brand I want to spotlight is Ram, because, this time of the year, we're seeing a lot about Ram, especially on national television with football and everything. Tell me what's happening.
Ram, the same thing. You get up to 15% off. The truck is, it's a fantastic vehicle. Again, it gets down to, what you enjoy. I've always enjoyed the look of the Ram. all trucks are built really well nowadays. And in all fairness, it really comes down to personal likes. When you sit in it, how does it feel? How does it look on your dash? How does it drive? I mean, when you pull up, when you walk out to go to work during the day, that's not the peak of a lot of people's day, but nice to walk out to a truck you like the looks of. So all that stuff comes together with the Ram, in my opinion. But again, it's the person who wants to buy it, it's decision on that.
Dan Good, that's Crown Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, right there, exit 20 off I-75. All right. Anything else you want to mention before we go here?
No, I just want to reiterate, hopefully I can be back on the air to talk in more detail about that April event.
This is it.
Yeah.
That's
it, I'm fired?
Yeah, that's all
me
we
and Bill
got.
Belichick?
Yeah,
Bill Belichick, me and Bill, yeah. It's a Boston thing, I get it.
Yeah, you and
guys,
Belichick are gone. I mean, he's gone, you're gone. No, you'll be back. We can't wait for that.
Yeah, that's exciting. So, again, that Jeep event's going to be a pretty big ordeal. It'll be fun, you know, and that's actually, anytime I do something, when you can throw fun in there, it actually makes it more.
Oh, yeah, but no, eventually. So, the other thing is, just give us any contact info besides coming by to see you guys.
Well, the best place to go is Crown Cleveland, Tennessee, right online. So if you just do Crown Cleveland, we're there, and obviously right off exit 20 on Route 75.
All right, sounds great. Dan Good is the general manager. It's Crown Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Check out those great deals, starting today, tomorrow, Saturday. It's going to be a great time at Crown. Dan, thanks so much, buddy. Great to see you.
Great to see you, Steve.
Thank you very much. All right. We're going to get into sports. We will do that here in just a moment. Stand by.
In life, there are defining moments.
When most people think of plumbing and electrical supply houses, there's an idea that they're just for plumbers or electricians or builders to shop at. Wholesale Supply is proud to be open to the public and proud to serve our communities. By supplying the best quality products for the best prices with the best service guaranteed, Wholesale Supply is your one-stop shop for everything plumbing, electrical, and HVAC. To find a location near you, visit wholesalesupply.us for more. Helping build communities in the Southeast for over 80 years is just what we do.
Save a bundle at Eller & Owen's Furniture and Mattress. Furniture, mattresses, and decor. The more you buy, the more you save. Up to 40% off. Create a bundle, a sofa and chairs, end tables, a recliner, lamps and rugs, an entire room. Up to 40% off. Create a custom bundle and watch the savings grow. Up to 40% off. Look for Take Me Home Today tags. Bundle in-stock items. Special financing is available. Bundle and save at Eller & Owen's Furniture and Mattress.
You need money overnight? Check into cash. Your time is tight. .com. Bank account's too low? Check into cash. So where do you go? .com. Do it online in a record time. It's the easy way to get money next day. Do a quick click from home at checkintocash.com. You can be sure it's secure from our bank straight to yours. Do a quick click from home at checkintocash.com. Boom, boom, ba-dum, boom.
Paula, tell us about how you came to shop at Chattanooga Auto Square.
Well, I was introduced to it from my husband. He purchased his first Range Rover years ago. Then occasionally I'd start asking him if I could start driving it. I would confidently recommend them. I mean, they make you feel like family from the moment you arrive. Being in real estate for like 34 years, you really come to value and appreciate the level of service that Range Rover gives you. Chattanooga Auto Square, luxury lives here.
Peyton South.
Becoming windy by afternoon and thunder possible. A high of 56 and a low of 28 tomorrow night. And then on Saturday, mostly sunny with a high of 44. Your current Simply Bank temperature is 33 degrees.
Aubrey's of Cleveland offers some of the most fresh and delicious foods in East Tennessee. Stop in tonight for dinner or order online at aubreysrestaurant.com. Click the Cleveland location and order there.
All right, let's go inside the CHI Memorial Sports Desk. CHI Memorial Hello, Human Kindness Sports, sponsored in part by the Town Squire.
46 years and getting ready for 47. That's the Town Squire. Larry McDaniel and his staff are ready for a big new 2024 at the shop that appreciates the customer. Great values and great sales all over the Town Squire. On your favorite names like Southern Tide, Southern Point, Coastal Cotton, Vineyard Vines, and so many more. The Town Squire, ready for a new year. Stewart Park Plaza, Key Street, Cleveland, Tennessee.
Well, of course, this just in, Bill Belichick is out at New England. That just happened just announced in the last 10 minutes. ESPN reporting that Bill Belichick will end his time at New England with the Patriots after 24 years. And I will tell you that the word is, of course, Belichick is going to coach. And he may be talking to the Atlanta Falcons. That is the word as of last night. But the top story, it happened at 5 o'clock yesterday afternoon. Nick Saban announced his retirement after 28 years as a head coach, 17 years as the coach of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Saban won the most national championships in history, 6 at Alabama, 1 at LSU. And then we've got some additional details here at Mix 1041 and MixTV.tv. We spoke with some people inside of the University of Alabama last night. Here is what they said. Saban's retirement is possibly, this is a quote now, Saban's retirement is possibly the best planned surprise in the history of college sports. The potential is that a new coach will be announced within the next 72 hours. And that was a conversation we had last night with someone inside of the University of Alabama. Well, this morning we are getting word, and actually Sports Illustrated is reporting, that Dan Lanning, a former assistant to Nick Saban and the head coach of Oregon, is in Tuscaloosa. Now, is that coincidence? We don't know yet. Is that planned? We don't know yet. But we give you the report that we received last night, and that there would be a new coach within the next 72 hours in Alabama. And, oh, by the way, the Oregon coach Dan Lanning is in Tuscaloosa. I guess Sports Illustrated tracked his private plane. Then the Seattle Seahawks fired Pete Carroll in a surprise move yesterday after 14 years on Wednesday. Now, Carroll is supposed to be continuing in an advisory role. However, ESPN's also reporting that Carroll has got a lot of interest among the 7 NFL teams with vacancies. Remember, Carroll won a national championship with USC and won 1 Super Bowl, should have won 2, 1 Super Bowl with the Seahawks. So it's been an incredible, actually probably the last 14 hours in the world of coaching. Mississippi State defeated UT in men's basketball last night, 77-72 in Starkville. How about this? Cleveland High School junior volleyball player Lauren Hurst won her 2nd in a row Gatorade Volleyball Player of the Year award, 2 in a row, as the top volleyball player in the state. She is the Gatorade Volleyball Player of the Year 2 years in a row. Now, Bridget, her agent, is her dad, Matt Hurst, president of Capstar Bank in Cleveland. Yeah. And Matt, I woke up to a text from him this morning that Lauren will join us tomorrow morning.
Oh, awesome.
Hopefully he will not, because thank God she can drive and drive herself over here. But anyway.
Well, good.
So, no, a big congratulations. Lauren's a wonderful girl. And let's just say her parents' phone rings several times a day. How about that? Cleveland at Bradley wrestling tonight, so that's going to be a big night at Smitty Arena. And then also tonight, Lee University will host Christian Brothers in a big doubleheader basketball action. That starts at 5:30. You know, Coach Bubba Smith told us yesterday they've gone to 30 minutes earlier on their tip-off, so more people can join them, especially parents with children, that sort of thing. See NCAA action. And by the way, let me remind you folks, there's no admission cost now. There's no admission to get into the league games. Food City, kind of like the Lord. Food City has paid the price. So you can go sit and look at Bubba and Tommy for free. God love you.
That's so
Lee,
nice.
excuse me?
That's so nice
Thank
of
you.
them.
Lee and Christian Brothers, doubleheader, 5:30, although I don't think Tommy enjoyed the fact when or not Tommy, Marty Rowe, I don't think he enjoyed the fact when I said, well, you get what you pay for. But no, I mean, he gave me a dirty look. Just keep your shirt on and calm down. I usually see him at a swimming pool in the summer. Anyway, 5:30, Mix 104 on Mix App, presented by CHI Memorial. And, hey, Fruit Loops, is the talk station still down?
Let me check.
I don't know. Where is it?
Yeah, it's silent.
We've been down over a day. So there's a national communications company that it's their fault, okay? So if you're trying, and here's what I'm going to do. Let me tell you something. There are no more passionate fans than the Glenn Beck fans, because when he's off, baby, that phone rings. And I told them it was Bridget's fault. So they've been protesting her car out here.
Thank you
They've
for that.
Been going around.
I think it's ironic that the stations quit working on the day that you receive an award for the stations.
What's your point?
I mean, you know, it just
Well, it's
it
talking
just happened
Fiesta.
to be on the same day.
Poor old Dave Ramsey over there talking to himself. You got Glenn Beck, can't hear him screaming at you. You got Mark Levin, can't hear him. Not all of these programming decisions are mine, ladies and gentlemen. Got whoever else over there, they can't hear. And then poor old Jamie Kyle, he's got his NASCAR show. He's all nervous. But it's a national communications company. And we're going to start naming some names here about this afternoon. What's going to happen? That thing better be settled this morning. We will start telling you who it is. I am tired of this. And poor old Yvette's over there crying. You know, police not be done. Well, ain't no thing to talk about it. Got Fiesta over there silent. So but here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to tell all the Beck people that who it is. They can go protest, and I'll tell you where they are. They've got about 2 locations in Cleveland. We'll start calling some names. You talk about a leadership award. Yeah, we're going to lead you right to their front door.
Now, to be fair,
here we
if you want to listen to Glenn Beck or the NASCAR show this evening,
he's not on this
you
evening.
can download the Mix 104 app from the App Store. It's completely free. And
just go to the
stream it
website.
on
Forget
your
the
phone.
App Store. Nobody cares about the App Store. Just go to our website. What's
Go
that?
to our
You know what it
website,
is?
click the button, it'll take you to the App
See,
Store.
now I'm mad,
directly.
and I didn't want to be mad, and I tried not to be mad. Now I got to talk to Bobby Ludwig, and Bobby's having to walk into this. How are you, Bobby?
What are we talking about?
I don't know. Well, the Buzz and Fiesta are off because of, we're saying it this morning in a nice way, a national communications
Did you
company.
break the internet?
Excuse me?
Did you break the internet?
I don't know how to turn on the internet, much less break it. Anyway, how are you?
Hey, good morning, Steve. Good morning, Bridget.
Good morning.
Bobby Ludwig, your Edward Jones financial advisor. What's up? Come on.
Hey, man, the stocks are up.
Hey,
Steve.
man.
The Dow up 170 points to close at 37,696. The S&P up 26 to close at 4,783, and the NASDAQ up 111 points to close at 14,970. So great down Wall Street, and your 401ks and IRAs back to you guys in the studio.
That sounds
Get
good.
back to whatever you're talking about.
The talk station, the Buzz.
Hello?
Yeah, the Buzz and Fiesta have been down for over 24 hours. And so, but it's not our fault. We're saying this morning a national communications company, which I'll give you a hint, has 2 locations in Cleveland. And so I'm going to tell the people, the Glenn Beck fans, who are so mad at us that they can't hear Beck on the radio, we're going to tell them who they are beginning, we'll start this afternoon. So we'll start about 3 o'clock.
That's your ultimatum, right, Steve?
No, it's not. I mean, no, they don't care about us, and they're proving that they don't care about us. So we're small potatoes, but now the Beck fans, they may care about them. I don't know. What do you think, Bridget?
Yeah, they could cause a ruckus.
They can call. They. Let me tell you, they want to hear their Glenn Beck, and if we're a minute late, they protest. What?
It's a conspiracy, Steve.
Well,
there's something going on. There's something going on keeping Glenn Beck off the air.
How's Clark Norris? He have a good Christmas?
Yeah, he's having a good Christmas. He had a great Christmas. You know, he's always happy, Steve.
Still the greatest call you've ever done in 18 years.
Here we go.
That was wonderful. How do people get a hold of you before we get in trouble, brother?
He's got a smile on his face.
Oh, God, no, please.
Hey, give us a call for all your investment, retirement, and life insurance needs. 473-2215. Again, that's 473-2215. Or stop by and see me at 2060 North Dakota, right by the old Liner gas station.
Bobby, thanks. I got to go. Keep talking. Yeah, finish it on the phone, Bobby. It is 8 before 8. Come on. Come on.
In electrical supply houses, there's an idea that they're just for
Peyton Southeastern in Cleveland is hiring case selectors. Starting pay at $19 an hour. Earning potential up to $23 an hour plus incentive pay. Additional $2 an hour night shift premium. And you're eligible to earn a $3,000 stay bonus. Flexible schedules and great benefits at Peyton Southeastern in Cleveland. They have open interviews Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday from 9 to 11 a.m. and from 1 to 3 p.m. Apply online at jobs.kroger.com to work at Peyton Southeastern in Cleveland.
Hey listeners, there's a new Buzz Tuesdays at noon, the voice of we the people. It's about what the H is going on in America. Tune in and call in Tuesdays on 101.3 The Buzz. A seatbelt is required for this ride.
Save up to $7,500 on new F-Series trucks and Mach-E Mustangs at Cleveland Ford. That's right, big discounts are back at Cleveland Ford. We also have financing as low as 0%. So hurry to Cleveland Ford today or shop clevelandford.com.
I told my son to find me the nicest place to live in Cleveland. He said, Dad, there's only one place, and that's Garden Plaza. And I moved into the patio home. Everybody knows your name from day one. And there's something to do all day long if you want to participate in it. You cannot possibly be bored at Garden Plaza. It is just great. And their food is outstanding. It's out of this world. And I'm so happy I'm here. Garden Plaza is it for me.
Choosing the right healthcare plan for you and your family can be overwhelming. Direct Primary Care Associates' new pharmacy benefits is the best choice for you and your family. With personalized attention, convenient telemedicine options, and free generic medications, Direct Primary Care Associates Pharmacy Benefits offers everything you need to keep you and your family healthy and happy. Say goodbye to long wait times, rushed appointments, and unexpected medical bills. Visit our website to learn more about how Direct Primary Care Associates can provide the best healthcare experience for you and your family. Direct Primary Care Associates, affordable healthcare for all.
Did you know that drinking and driving is a leading cause of traffic fatalities? It kills more than 28 people in the United States every day. That means one person every 52 minutes. Statistically, young people are the most at risk to drink and drive, but not everyone's doing it. Don't drink and drive.
Attention shoppers, don't forget to ask our certified butchers for great recipe tips.
This is an authentic butcher shop, where meat is hand-cut in-store, beef is ground fresh daily, and expert advice from a certified butcher is always free of charge.
Free advice? That's what I call value. The quality I crave, the value I count on.
Nobody does food like Food City.
Now at Hardee's, 2 hand-breaded chicken tender wraps are only $5. Choose your favorite flavors for endless combinations. 2 wraps, just $5. Hardee's, goodness in the making. Get exclusive offers on the Hardee's app.
Thank you for calling Logan Thompson. This is Ashley.
You get a yearly checkup. Shouldn't your air? With your local Lennox dealer, regular care equals perfect air. With technology you can touch, comfortable air you can feel, and savings you can see. Not just perfect air, perfect for you air.
Call Dale's Heating and Air to upgrade your air today.
Lennox, air is life. Make it perfect.
Here is Brian Poole, owner of Poole Serenity Funeral Home and Cremation Services.
It's going to be a least expensive cremation and funeral option facility. The good thing about Serenity is a big spacious facility. Chapel seats over 200 people, 3 big visitation rooms there. We also offer a discounted funeral service there, $4,900. That'll be the casket included in our services, and you won't feel stressed about your facilities. You'll have plenty of space there. If it's a $995 cremation or a $4,900 funeral, we're going to still give them a first-class professional service as we would treat our own family with.
Mayfield Dairy, celebrating 100 years of the iconic Mayfield ice cream at MayfieldDairy.com. Proudly headquartered in Athens, Tennessee.
Welcome to Mountain View Nissan Country, where automotive excellence is our top priority. At Mountain View Nissan, we take pride in offering you the finest selection of vehicles, perfectly suited for your adventurous spirit. From powerful SUVs ready to conquer any terrain to your everyday gas-friendly commuters, we have the perfect vehicle to match your lifestyle. This is Mountain View Nissan Country, where automotive dreams become reality. Visit one of our 3 locations in Dalton, Chattanooga, and Cleveland today, and let us take your driving experience to new peaks.
Bender Realty is helping to keep the community thriving during this pandemic by offering no-contact online tools for buyers and sellers in the real estate market.
Especially in this day and time with COVID, it makes a lot of the buyers are not wanting to get out and walk into someone else's home, and even sellers may not want people in their home. We can actually do a virtual tour with our phones and send it to our clients.
Walk through a property without having to actually be there and see all the intricacies of the property and the things that they may or may not want.
If you're looking to buy, sell, lease, or rent, trust your friends at Bender Realty, 472-2173, bender-realty.com. Be home with Bender Realty.
20 years later, we've grown in many ways, but never out of that same customer-first heart to serve. Doing the right thing simply because it's right will earn your business the right way every day, every year, offering permanent steel roofing and siding at competitive prices, keeping promises, staying on time for both deliveries and pickups, making things right when we come up short. Partners like you are the reason Best Buy Metals exists.
Thank you for the opportunity to serve you.
Come see us!
Hey listeners, there's a new Buzz Tuesdays at noon, the voice of We the People. It's about what the H is going on in America. Tune in and call in Tuesdays on 101.3 The Buzz. A seatbelt is required for this ride.
You're watching Mix Mornings on Mix TV. Here is your current Kia of Cleveland time. And your current temperature is brought to you by Simply Bank.
Day of January. We're going to get into a full newscast here in just a few minutes, as we're about 30 seconds before 8 a.m.
This news update is brought to you by Rick's Plumbing Service, a family-owned business specializing in new commercial and residential plumbing. Call Jason or Josh at Rick's Plumbing Service, 423-595-6143.
Get a check of our Simmons Bank celebration list.
Happy birthday to Rick Miller today. Also, Virginia Harris is 94 today. Her family tells us she is a mom of 5 fabulous kids. And then Alan Morris is having a birthday today. Head wrestling coach at Walker Valley. That is from Al, Jenna, Andy, Lauren, Annie, Dave, Sharon, and all your grandkids. Calling your birthdays and wedding anniversaries to us. We'll take those on the Volunteer Ridipest Mix line, 614-6499. You can also text us at that same number on the Sell with Darren text line. That's Darren Miller, eXp Realty. Go to our website, mymix1041.com, or download our free Mix 1041 app. It's the Simmons Bank celebration list. At Simmons Bank, they have the products and services to help make your dreams come true. Call Jamie Kyle, 423-381-3429.
All right, got a check of the streets right here at 8 a.m.
Okay, this Don Ledford Cleveland Mixed Highway Patrol report is brought to you by Don Ledford in Cleveland. They are your exclusive home of Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC, located on North Lee Highway, and anytime at donledford.com. We have no reports of any accidents this morning. Drive safely out there as you make your way in. If you see a traffic problem, give us a call. The Volunteer Ridipest Mix line is 614-6499. You can also text us at that same number on the Sell with Darren text line. That's Darren Miller, eXp Realty. We'll check your Mermaid Mattress Weather Center forecast coming up.
This traffic report is brought to you by L&B Appliance, your one-stop appliance shop, locally owned and operated. Durkee Road at Highway 64 in Cleveland, 423-339-3231.
Westmore Church invites you to their outdoor expo and dinner.
Shopping for a great deal on a car or truck? Know this. Cleveland Ford is loaded with vehicles, over 230 in stock, all discounted. I'm talking saving up to $7,500 on new F-Series trucks and Mustang Mach-E. We have financing as low as 0% on Edge and 0.9% on just about everything else. And as always, you get a lifetime powertrain warranty and complimentary service when you buy from us. So hurry to Cleveland Ford today because this sale ends soon, or shop us at clevelandford.com.
I told my son to find me the nicest place to live in Cleveland. He said, Dad, there's only one place, and that's Garden Plaza. And I moved into the patio home. Everybody knows your name from day one, and there's something to do all day long if you want to participate in it. You cannot possibly be bored at Garden Plaza. It is just great, and their food is outstanding. It's out of this world. I'm so happy I'm here. Garden Plaza is it for me.
Now at Hardee's, 2 hand-breaded chicken tender wraps are only $5. Choose your favorite flavors for endless combinations. 2 wraps, just $5. Hardee's, goodness in the making. Get exclusive offers on the Hardee's app.
Here is Brian Poole, owner of Poole Funeral Home and Cremation Services at Fike Chapel.
We're doing some renovations on Fike. We're painting the whole inside. New furnishing's going in, give it a fresh new look. We're going to provide just as much professional services there as any other funeral home in the area. Cater to everybody's need, whether it's burial or cremation, whatever it may be, we're going to provide the community that. And I just want to continue that heritage that the Fike family started and build off of that. And I wanted to keep that name part of ours, even though we did change it to Poole Funeral Home and Cremation Services at Fike Chapel. We wanted to make sure we honored the Fike name. We treat your family like they're our family.
Love him. But you know that commercial running for refined looks? You want a new face?
No, come on.
This portion of Mixed Morning sponsored by Mars Wrigley. I've got an update. Hey, Scott Paris, God bless you, buddy. Hey, thanks for nothing. So my favorite stocking stuffer this year was a Santa-shaped Twix. Mm-hmm. Okay? There is no difference between the Santa-shaped Twix and a Twix. However, now I'm not the most brilliant person you've ever met. I know that will surprise you.
We know.
I'm not the smartest person here. Sheridan's probably the smartest person. Anyway, so I get these Santa-shaped Twix in my stocking, and then I ran out of them. Mm-hmm. So I'll go over here to our crack staff number 1, Bridget.
Yes, hello.
Who's, of course, the thorn in my side, as the Apostle Paul talked about. And I said, well, why don't you call our buddy Scott Paris, who's finally getting something done over at Mars Wrigley, and they make more Twix here than anywhere in the world, in Cleveland, Tennessee. I said, does he have any? I will buy them. In the corner. What's going on? Can we find some more? Because I looked. I went everywhere. Normally after Christmas, you can get, Christmas candy for like, 10 cents? I don't know. They're paying you to take it. Nowhere. So he said what?
He sent us an Amazon link, actually. He said,
you know what arrived, Bridget?
When?
Happy days are here again. I will not tell you what I paid for the said Santa. It's the same thing. There's no difference. It's a different shape. Here you go, Steve. Okay.
So they're here.
Oh, yeah, man. I've been chowing down on them, baby.
All right.
I've been loving them. All right. What? So give me a little more about Mars Wrigley.
We just want you
to
be
was
happy,
just a
that's
testimony.
all.
That was just you change the shape. I'm in, baby. Hey, woohoo! Who's this?
Well, you can help Mars Wrigley in Cleveland make those Twix and M&Ms.
I'm there.
Their open positions include production assistants starting at $16.19 per hour, team members starting at $19.27 per hour. These positions offer a $1,500 sign-on bonus. Benefits begin day one. You can apply at careers.mars.com. Search Cleveland Your tomorrow starts today in Mars Wrigley.
8:06 Mermaid Mattress Weather Center with Willy Wonka himself, Roger Pickett.
Here at Mermaid Mattress, we're revolutionizing the way you shop. We offer actual stores you can visit to try your new mattress before you buy it. Mermaid Mattress, we're just around the corner.
So Roger called me yesterday about the deal, and he calls me singing. He put congratulations to you to the tune of happy birthday. My response to Roger Pickett when he called me singing was, oh, so we're starting early today. Well, that's nice.
Oh, that was so nice of him to reach out.
Congratulations to you. It's like, I mean, it's incredible the man's been as successful as he has. Thank God for Cindy Pickett. That's all I can say.
That was very nice of him.
Whatever.
We'll have sunny skies today, a high of 57 and a low of 33 tonight. For tomorrow, we'll have rain throughout the day, becoming windy by afternoon, and thunder is possible, a high of 56 and a low of 28. And then mostly sunny on Saturday with a high of 44. Your current Simply Bank temperature is 33 degrees.
This weather forecast is brought to you by the Center for Cosmetic Dentistry, Dr. Ken Beard, Dr. Brian Beard, and Dr. Baylor Terrell. Call them at 423-476-6541 or visit them online at centerforcosmeticdentistry.com.
Broadcasting from the Kia of Cleveland studios, this is Talk 1013 The Buzz, WCLE, HD2 and 1013 FM, W267BI Cleveland.
The top of the hour is presented by Best Buy Metals, making sure the top of your house is the best it can be. BestBuyMetalRoofing.com.
Fox News is next. Presented by Capital Tire Service in downtown Cleveland.
Fox News, I'm Sue Gussman. Former President Donald Trump revealing at a Fox News town hall in Des Moines, Iowa tonight that he has decided on a running mate, but he won't say who it is. He is predicting that one of his opponents, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, though, will not be in the race much longer.
When you look at Ron's numbers, he's practically out of the race. In fact, a lot of people say he's leaving the race after Iowa because he's doing so poorly. He's also doing very poorly, as you know, in New Hampshire. I mean, really poorly.
Meanwhile, former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie's ending his presidential campaign.
I thank you for the enormous honor to have the chance to run for President of the United States again. I thank you for your time to listen.
Christie says his main goal now is to prevent Trump from being reelected. America's listening to Fox News.
The Mix 1041 News Desk, brought to you by Logan Thompson Law, a tradition of legal and community service. That's Logan Thompson Law at LoganThompsonLaw.com. Good morning, everybody. Local and state news from the Logan Thompson Law News Desk, 9 minutes after 8. It's a Thursday morning, the 11th day of January, and according to the Simply Bank, temperature stands at 34 degrees. We have this in to us from our news partners at Local 3. The TBI conducted an investigation resulting in the indictment of 2 Cleveland men charged in the death of an inmate at the Bradley County Jail. On July 10th of 2023, agents started investigating the death of Eric Means, found dead in his cell from a fentanyl overdose. Investigators soon connected and arrested Jonathan Bankston for supplying fentanyl pills to the facility. The investigation further revealed that Jonathan Hilliard, who was working as a trustee inside the jail, had taken one of those pills from Bankston, provided it to Means. Hilliard and Bankston each charged with manufacture, sale, or delivery of Schedule II drug, also Schedule II drug in a penal institution, and second-degree murder, the pair being held at the Bradley County Jail. Nicholas Edward Owenby's been indicted by Bradley County grand jury, charged with aggravated statutory rape. According to court documents, incident happened between May 1st of 2022 and July 31st of 2022. The victim described as a person between the ages of 13 and 18, and we will keep you up to date. Also this morning, WDEF reporting a Cleveland woman's charged with stealing more than $97,000 in lottery tickets from a gas station where she was an employee. Cleveland police arrested Kathleen Yarber January 2nd with a warrant for her arrest. The owner of a gas station on Paula Parkway reported a theft of $97,217 from the store. step between March of 2023 and November of 2023. And Yarber is charged in the case. And now Emily Beatty with this.
Steve Hartline, owner of Hartline LLC, which includes radio stations WCLE AM, 1013 The Buzz, Mix 1041, and Fiesta Radio 991, along with Mix TV, has been selected as this year's recipient of the 2024 Robert W. Varnell Jr. Leadership Award, presented in memory of the late Robert W. Varnell Jr. The award recognizes a person demonstrating excellence in leadership and profession, commitment to community, religion, high morals, and ethical standards. Steve is a native of Bradley County and received his education locally, graduating from Cleveland High School and also receiving a degree in communications in 2000 from Lee University. His career in radio began at age 15 when he worked for WCLE, then owned by Cleveland Mayor Emeritus Tom Rowland. In 2008, Steve purchased the station and quickly began growing its presence and impact in the area. His accolades are many and include a Hall of Fame recognition from Cleveland High School and School of Communications Alumnus of the Year from Lee University. He is also a former recipient of the Communicator of the Year Award from the Cleveland Media Association. Steve is also the recipient of the Chamber's prestigious Mel Bedwell Small Business Person of the Year in 2020. The staff at WCLE would like to congratulate Steve Hartline on this great honor.
Okay, I just heard something for the first time.
Yeah.
Commitment to religion. I have some text messages saved that that can disprove that.
Look, it was a lean year, okay?
Wow.
Now, let me get serious for 1 second. Robert W. Varnell, we got a lot of new people in Cleveland. Let me tell you something. So Robert W. Varnell was a local attorney. I went to high school with his son, Rob. Rob, thank you very much for those comments, buddy. I think the world of you and your family, your mom, of course, your wife, Kelly, but the whole family. The Varnells are wonderful people. His dad, and let me say this. So Rob's granddad, Dr. Varnell, was a doctor here in Cleveland, has quite you've heard of a coaching tree. He has quite a few young doctors at the time who owed their careers, and they would tell you that, to Dr. Varnell. He was my grandmother, Mrs. Littlefield. She'd say Sister Littlefield, Reverend Littlefield's wife. He was her doctor. So we go way back with the Varnell family, and that's really... look, it was like I said, it was a lean year. I mean, whatever. but they to have an award named after him, really, to me, honestly, very seriously, that's the honor. Is Robert W. Varnell. Now, if you folks have about another hour and a half, I'll go ahead and do my speech now, where I do not have to attend the meeting on January 23rd.
We don't want to hear it. Make those people suffer.
I understand we have a call, maybe a congratulatory call. Is that right? Let's go to the call.
Sorry, I fell asleep listening to Emily Beatty. I fell asleep listening to Emily Beatty talk about you for 25 minutes during the news segment just now. I've never heard so much junk in my entire life. Here's the deal. First off, congratulations.
Thank you, Commissioner.
I called Mike over at the chamber, and I asked for a recount, and I also asked for an entire list to know who else was nominated. Because, to be honest, for you to win a leadership award, like small business award, totally get it, right? I mean, you guys did so much during COVID. You're welcome for the COVID count. Like, so much going on. So no acknowledgement of that when you won that award. So now we have the leadership award, and I don't know. It says leadership and profession, excellence in leadership and profession, commitment and community. Check mark, right? Commitment to community, absolutely. Commitment to religion. I see you sneaking out at First Baptist during that 11:30 service. commitment to high morals and ethical standards. I know you went way too well for those as well. So, hey, one thing that's been going on so much, and Bridget, this one's for you, okay?
Okay.
One thing that's been going on so much is all these great leaders, such as Nick Saban, Bill Belichick, Pete Carroll, have all been retiring and all been stepping down.
That's right.
Are we going to get an announcement today that Steve Hartline is stepping down from the morning show and make Cleveland so happy and make Bridget happy as well?
Oh, do not get my hopes up.
It's kind of like that snow you're calling for Monday night.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I will leave this instant. Absolutely.
Did Bridget say when she talked about the snow?
No.
Because whenever she does the weather, she always will say like it's not.
Yeah.
It
This
possibly
is for
could
sure.
be.
She does
for
the
sure
weather.
Snow.
Well, she does the weather like she's asking a question, so she has absolutely no comments. Yeah. Well, thank you for these wonderful words. I really appreciate it. But
Hey,
yeah, you're right.
We're
I mean,
looking.
It's ridiculous.
We're looking forward to being there to celebrate you, and it's going to be a good day and a good night, and hopefully the dinner's good, and you're paying for the table, correct? I don't have to pay for that, right?
That'll be an invoiced wholesale supply group. So thank you very much to Jeff Rogers and all my friends there. No, can I hear? So I didn't say this yesterday when they came in and shocked me, Griffin and who looked like Dorf, the Tim Conway character. And then you have the great Beecher Hunter, who nominated me, former president of Life Care, used to be the publisher of the Banner, and just reeks elegance. But anyway, and then we, of course, had Lisa Fain, Aaron Weatherford. Aaron was giving me a hard time. What I didn't say is this. I think, can I have someone either, two options. One, could I record a video and just then play it where I don't have to go? B, would you or Bridget, or maybe both of you, accept the award on my behalf?
I don't think Bridget wants to go either, so...
I'm more likely to go if he doesn't go, though.
Well, maybe what we could do is send Reagan and Holden up, and they'd tell you everything. They'd just tell you the real truth.
What about me, Bridget, and Shelton? How about that?
Oh my goodness.
There you go.
Well, I mean, it ain't the Howard Stern show. You guys, I mean, you're going to be in Westmore Church of God, which, by the way, I mean, they're kind of hanging on. But
that'll be the tell-all.
I mean, yeah. You talk about after dark. Hey, while I got you, go ahead.
Hey, I got a question for you. Sorry, it's something totally opposite, but you talked about Howard Stern. I know you guys have been off the air on Talk 1013 and Fiesta for like 7 days now.
Yeah.
You ever think about going over to like XM Radio or something, doing a little bit something different? We can make it real wild,
Well,
and, have a lot more fun on Rocky Top Review or SEC Saturday.
We have enough fun as it is. I'm about to start talking about this national communications company holding us up over there. And what we're really going to do is tell the Glenn Beck people who these people are and where they are, and then they'll be over there protesting like they do us. I mean, the phone starts ringing at about 8:59, and I tell them it's Bridget's fault, and they tell her where she lives. Hey, while I got you, it's been a remarkable 12 or 14 hours or so in the coaching world. Saban retiring, Pete Carroll fired, and now this morning, officially, Bill Belichick out in New England. What a head-spinning, unbelievable time here, Josh.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't forget also too, you got Smith from the Falcons as well, and you also got Vrabel from the Titans. I think that it's it's kind of that day of reckoning in a lot of places. I think Vrabel probably heads to Boston. He takes over the Patriots. Belichick will most likely come down to the Falcons, is what I'm hearing. It'll be interesting to see what happens in Seattle and in Tennessee as well. But Nick Saban, I made a post about it yesterday, on my personal social media, and I said I truly believe that this isn't about Nick Saban wanting to be done, because if you remember back in an interview back, I guess it was in November, just a couple months ago, Saban said that if you're already thinking about retirement, then you've already retired, and that gives you your answer right there. And he said, I'm not even thinking about it. And so I'm curious if there might be some health issues or something going on. But at the same time, I think a lot of this has to do with transfer portal NIL money, the college football as a whole just completely changing. And I think you got a guy that is an old school football coach, obviously the best ever, one of the top two, I don't know who you'd pick. New fans would say Saban's the best, and older, more seasoned fans would probably say Bear Bryant's still the best. But, for me, you have one of the greats leaving college football. It will change college football for forever, and we've got a lot of changes going on in the NFL, and looking forward to another Georgia boy coming into the SEC and coaching, Dan Lanning. He was defensive coordinator, national championship, Georgia, and went to Oregon and hung out there for a couple years, and looks like he's going to be coming back to Alabama. So
yeah, Sports Illustrated reporting that he is in Tuscaloosa, and then we had an exclusive report here as I talked to someone inside University of Alabama last night who said this was a well-planned situation, that they would have a new coach within 72 hours, and now all of a sudden Dan Lanning is in Tuscaloosa.
Yeah, I think that, you go from having a defensive-minded coach like Coach Saban is, and Dan Lanning is one of the best defensive coaches behind I would say Saban, Kirby Smart, obviously probably the top two defensive coaches in the nation, head coaches in the nation, and there's a lot of speculation there about Lane Kiffin, James Franklin, some other people as well. But I think a lot of those people are just putting out wish lists. But I think you'll see a lot of, depending on who that coach is, I think you'll see a lot of Alabama players hit that next transfer portal window. I guess that's in April or May, and you'll see a lot of those players hit that and either come back over to Georgia or maybe even head out west to my second love, Colorado, and go see my boy Dion.
Beloved Dion. Hey, this just in, Stephen Beasley, media director at First Baptist Cleveland, I'm going to directly quote, your continued friendship with Josh Rogers, Stephen Shelton, Adam Lewis, and the daily witnessing that you do to Bridget is proof of your commitment to religion. Hopefully, if you will keep pastoring them, they will all one day be in heaven.
Oh,
God.
Amen to that, Brother Beasley. God bless you.
All I know is if Bridget, how long you been working with Steve? 19 years? 18 years?
17 long years.
17 years. If Bridget doesn't make it, if Bridget doesn't make it to heaven for that, I know I'm not going to make it.
Hey, Austin, that's a promo. I got to run. Bye, Commissioner. Hey, bye, Felicia. Get off my phone.
Mark Shepard, Shelter
Speaking of
Insurance, 2334 Keith Street, Cleveland. Call 423-339-8777.
Good morning. Let's get a check of traffic here. This Don Ledford Cleveland Mixed Highway Patrol report is brought to you by Don Ledford in Cleveland. They are your exclusive home of Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC, located on North Lee Highway, and anytime at donledford.com. We have no reports of any accidents this morning. Drive safely out there as you make your way in. If you see a traffic problem, give us a call. The volunteer Ridipest Mix line is 614-6499. You can also text us at that same number on the Selwood Darren text line. That's Darren Miller, eXp Realty. This traffic report is brought to you by the Cleveland Family YMCA, where all are welcome with membership solutions for everyone, regardless of income. Find out more at ymcachattanooga.org. We'll check your Mermaid Mattress Weather Center forecast coming up.
This half-hour Mix Morning is brought to you by Refined Looks Plastic Surgery and the Hayes Hand Center, now in Cleveland.
Whether you're looking for a subtle change to your face or a more dramatic transformation for your body, Refined Looks leads the way. Call our Cleveland office at 423-331-5300 or visit refinedlooks.com to book your appointment. Beauty begins.
Elevate your siding projects with Cleveland Exteriors. Ascend fiberglass siding built with lasting beauty and low maintenance. Cleveland Exteriors, your trusted partner for exceptional siding. Visit clevelandexteriors.com or call today.
Choosing the right health care plan for you and your family can be overwhelming. Direct Primary Care Associates' new pharmacy benefits is the best choice for you and your family. With personalized attention, convenient telemedicine options, and free generic medications, Direct Primary Care Associates Pharmacy Benefits offers everything you need to keep you and your family healthy and happy. Say goodbye to long wait times, rushed appointments, and unexpected medical bills. Visit our website to learn more about how Direct Primary Care Associates can provide the best healthcare experience for you and your family. Direct Primary Care Associates, affordable healthcare for all.
Mayfield Dairy, celebrating 100 years of the iconic Mayfield ice cream at MayfieldDairy.com, proudly headquartered in Athens, Tennessee.
Dad, are these numbers right? Our factory's been overproducing mattresses for most of the year.
The boys were on a heater and I just let them cook.
What?
Yeah, well, when you have a crew of craftsmen like we do, you just gotta let them go.
Well, I guess there's one thing to do. We'll have the biggest inventory clearance sale in our 44-year history.
Yep, we'll just mark everything down.
But people better hurry because at these prices, they won't last long.
And it's only a Mermaid mattress.
Your sleep, handmade, hand-delivered.
Welcome to Mountain View Nissan Country, where automotive excellence is our top priority. At Mountain View Nissan, we take pride in offering you the finest selection of vehicles, perfectly suited for your adventurous spirit. From powerful SUVs ready to conquer any terrain to your everyday gas-friendly commuters, we have the perfect vehicle to match your lifestyle. This is Mountain View Nissan Country, where automotive dreams become reality. Visit one of our 3 locations in Dalton, Chattanooga, and Cleveland today, and let us take your driving experience to new peaks.
You're watching Mix Mornings on Mix TV. Here is your current Kia of Cleveland time. And your current temperature is brought to you by Simply Bank.
377, and you'll get the first month free. 5 locations, Cleveland and Bradley County. They all have electronic gates and video surveillance, and they have your Penske truck rentals. All safe storage. Over 35 years, Ed Brown has done so much. Ed and Teresa for so many people, very quietly over the years. And I really appreciate what they always do for Empty Stocking Fund every single year. You can find out online more about them, allsafetn.com. Get your first month free, though. Call All Safe Storage, 479-6377. Inside the Mermaid Mattress Weather Center, 828.
It's that time of year again to help us clear out hundreds of thousands of dollars of in-stock mattresses. It's the Mermaid Mattress Inventory Clearance Sale going on now at all 10 area Mermaid Mattress locations.
For today, we'll have sunny skies, a high of 58 and a low of 33 this evening. For tomorrow, rain likely throughout the day, becoming windy in the afternoon, and thunder possible, a high of 56 and a low of 29 tomorrow night. And then mostly sunny on Saturday with a high of 45. Your current Simply Bank temperature is 34 degrees.
This weather forecast is brought to you by Bradley Concrete and Lamcon Ready Mix, family-owned business serving Cleveland for over 40 years. Call them at 423-479-4541 or visit lamcon.us to find out more.
Hi, I'm Charlie Puth.
Did you know that drinking and driving is a leading cause of traffic fatalities? It kills more than 28 people in the United States every day. That means one person every 52 minutes. Statistically, young people are the most at risk to drink and drive, but not everyone's doing it. Don't drink and drive.
When most people think of plumbing and electrical supply houses, there's an idea that they're just for plumbers or electricians or builders to shop at. Wholesale Supply is proud to be open to the public and proud to serve our communities. By supplying the best quality products for the best prices with the best service guaranteed, Wholesale Supply is your one-stop shop for everything plumbing, electrical, and HVAC. To find a location near you, visit wholesalesupply.us for more. Helping build communities in the Southeast for over 80 years is just what we do.
Attention shoppers, don't forget to ask our certified butchers for great recipe tips.
This is an authentic butcher shop, where meat is hand-cut in-store, beef is ground fresh daily, and expert advice from a certified butcher is always free of charge.
Free advice? That's what I call value. The quality I crave, the value I count on.
Nobody does food like Food City.
Our legal system is complex, and your case may impact several areas of the law. Don't just hire a lawyer who focuses on one thing. Hire a team of experienced attorneys ready to handle your case wherever it may lead. Call Logan Thompson, one of the area's most respected law firms. From personal injury to criminal and family law, from contract disputes to disability, the team at Logan Thompson will work together to ensure you are well represented and well compensated. Logan Thompson, we fight to win.
My dad says our new Linux system saves energy.
Well, saving energy means saving money.
A lot of money?
Yep.
Time for a raise in my allowance.
Savings year after year.
A big raise.
Call today for perfect air you can feel in your home and savings you can feel in your wallet.
Lennox, air is life. Make it perfect.
Call Dale's Heating and Air today.
Everyone there at the Porsche dealership are so personable and very knowledgeable that we just keep coming back. What I was looking for was a sport utility that was sporty and attractive and had the ability to perform to my expectations. The service department goes above and beyond with their routine service maintenance, and they get me out of there quickly. Chattanooga Auto Square. Luxury lives here.
And Sharon, and then all of his grandkids.
And sadly, that's Al's gift there. So
That's
that
it.
got on the radio. That's about it.
Call in your birthdays and wedding anniversaries to us. We'll take those on the volunteer Ridipest Mix line, 614-6499. You can also text us at that same number on the Selwa Darren text line. That's Darren Miller, eXp Realty. Go to our website, mymix1041.com, or download our free Mix 1041 app. It's the Simmons Bank Celebration List. At Simmons Bank, they have been helping their customers make their dreams come true since 1903. Call Ken Do, 423-381-3427.
Wendy Hughes, Hughes Retirement Group. And good morning, Wendy. How are you?
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing good. We're going to talk to our friend Jamie here in just a second. But, you know, you're married to a former coach. How long was Rick Hughes a coach?
25 years.
25 years. So he's got to be, all of our heads are spinning about the last 14 hours with Nick Saban retiring, then Pete Carroll getting fired, and then this morning, Bill Belichick out in New England. Oh, and by the way, the UT men lost last night at Starkville. I'm sure he's more concerned about that.
Yeah. Are you asking me a sports question?
Well, I'm just saying, I mean, what's it like? I mean, this is quite a few hours.
Yeah, it is. I don't know if he's hoping against Belichick going to Atlanta.
Well, that's what we're, us Falcons fans, he's one of them.
Yeah.
That's what we're all thinking about.
Well, hopefully the Falcons or the Titans won.
Yeah.
We'll get somebody good. Those are his two. And then I heard him yelling. I left the room last night, so we just won't go into that. I do have an opinion on Saban.
Yeah, go ahead.
Not that anybody wants to hear it, but
yeah, we do.
I feel like maybe with all the portal stuff and all the changes that have happened in the last couple of years, it's kind of changed the dynamics, that's all I'm going to say, of Alabama football. And then with them, the team that won the championship and all the controversy around that, you know, as a coach, you may just say, I can't compete against this stuff anymore. So it just changed the whole dynamics of sports, I think.
Everything's different. Mississippi State, by the way, defeated UT last night, 77-72. Well, you brought a familiar face in here, Wendy.
I did. The lovely Jamie, who works with us now on the financial side, and you're very familiar with her and her children.
Our children are all friends, absolutely.
Yes. Well,
Jamie, tell us what you do at Hughes Retirement Group.
What do I not do? Would be the question, Steve.
Right. Hello. Hello. How long have you been with Hughes now?
A year. Tuesday. Yeah, was a year.
Wow.
Yes, I know. Time flies by. No, I do all of, with Lindsay and we do all of the financial client stuff, appointments, paperwork, customer service. I do all of the advertising and setting up for our educational classes and seminars, do all the social media marketing and updating, and
wow,
whatever. Rick had me on the radio with him the other day for his podcast. Wendy's got me here today, so
whatever.
Just whatever.
Yeah, and it truly is a family over there.
It is.
Dysfunctional as it may be, it is a family.
It is. I love it. They're great. I love everybody there.
Well,
it's awesome. Good decision. Good decision.
Yeah. Well, and we're I know that they're glad to have you, and we're glad you're here at Hughes Retirement Group.
Thank you, sir.
So, well, Wendy, what's the latest? What's going on?
Well, I did hear you on the radio this morning say that your talk station is down.
The buzz is down, Fiesta's down, yeah.
But as I listened to you, I thought, well, is the talk station really down?
What are you trying to say?
Okay, here's some things that are happening in your world today. All right, we'll start with, okay, Jamie.
January 12th, the Cleveland Media Association is having their annual Soup Bowl. You're invited to bring a friend to the chamber, introduce them to the Media Association, and have a free lunch.
Yeah, that's a great event. I've been doing that for years.
Yes.
It's a tremendous event.
Very popular. And speaking of soup, the Cleveland Bradley Library is having the Creator Kitchen, which is a family cooking program. It's January 13th from 11 to 1, and this creation this week is soup, and it's for kids age 4 to 12. They have to have an adult, so don't just bring your kids without you, and you need to sign up in advance.
There you go.
On Saturday, January 27th from 6 to 9, the Tennessee Songwriters Qualifying Round at the Museum Center at 5 Points is happening. You can sign up if you are a songwriter now at visitclevelandtennessee.com. I actually saw that on their Facebook the other day and thought that was quite interesting.
Yeah, it's a big deal, and it just grows every year. Melissa Woody is a big-time organizer of that locally, and that's a big deal.
Anything Melissa Woody does is big time.
Is a big deal.
Yes, absolutely.
You got that. Just ask her, she'll tell you. Oh, come on.
Okay, the Harlem Globetrotters 2024 World Tour is Saturday, January 20th from 2 to 6. That's at Bridgestone Arena. It's the tickets are anywhere from $64 to $1,300 if you want a VIP.
$1,300. We've got a Globetrotter here in Cleveland, Paul Showtime Gaffney, right here, here in Cleveland.
His son.
And him as well. Yeah, he's just joined the Globetrotters.
Yes, he did.
He's continuing. Paul Gaffney, we've had in here many times. Showtime went to Tennessee Wesleyan, but he's got the academy in Cleveland now, North Lee Highway. But his son, he's continuing the tradition, isn't he, Jamie?
He is. I saw that the other day.
Speaking of Tennessee Wesleyan, we got a class coming up there.
Oh,
we do. Hughes Retirement Group, Taxes and Retirement Seminar, educational class. Oh, goodness. January 20th.
January 20th, coming right up.
At 6 o'clock at Tennessee Wesleyan.
And how could people find out about that if they wanted to be there?
They can go to our website at hughesretirementgroup.com, go to the media and events page, and there's a link and information to sign up there.
Fantastic. All right.
John Christ, who is a comedian, in his emotional support tour.
He's a funny man.
He will be at the Ryman Auditorium in Nashville on Friday and Saturday, January 26th and 27th. Tickets for that you can get as cheap as $29 up to $140. So not bad.
Not bad at all.
He's
very funny.
He is. And our friends at Grit and Grace are having their 4-year reunion. Can you believe that? That's crazy. It's on January 20th from 10 to 4, and they now offer gift boxes. So, like, if you want to send somebody a gift that's all UT stuff or all spa stuff or something like that. So go on their website and check that out.
My last one brings up childhood memories, Steve.
Uh-oh.
You might go to this, I bet.
Okay, what is it?
February 3rd from 3 p.m. to 12 p.m.
Yeah.
Meet Jake the Snake Roberts.
Yes! I'm actually going to be there.
See?
Well, Lindsay and Michael will be there, too.
He's going to be at the IE Toys on Paul Huff Parkway, and we'll be autographing any items that people have.
So I've gotten to know the owner of IE Toys. He's a great, great guy. And matter of fact, I walked in there, just didn't know him. I stayed over an hour. I mean, he is a great guy. He's done a lot of these. He's planning more of these. So Jake the Snake, like you said, February 3rd. What are the hours of that?
3 p.m. to 12 p.m.
Is that right? 12 to 3?
Or maybe
you put
12.
3 to 12.
Noon to
Maybe
3,
I put it
maybe.
wrong.
We're going to be promoting that heavily as we get closer, but he's going to be doing more of these.
That's
more of these. He had a place in California, and he had a bunch of A-listers, athletes, and pro wrestlers for years and years. He's going to be doing more of the. Greg, as the owner, he's going to be doing more of these as we go along. But that's going to be a big one, especially people in my age group and even older and younger. But Jake the Snake coming to Cleveland.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay.
Impressive.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, we're going to give a card.
With Damien, and I will say, Bridget, and I thought it was very nice. Bridget is going to be Damien's the snake, the python, going to be Damien's handler. She can't even talk about it.
Are you really? No, I made her do it, so I didn't even have to say it. I do not.
Oh, you too? Oh, so now I know what to get you guys for birthday, Christmas, Valentine's.
Yes, that will be your final goodbye.
Wendy, we got a contest, Hughes Retirement Group. Before you do the contest, though,
okay,
how do we get a hold of you? What's the? Oh, Jamie, what's all the contact?
You can reach us by phone at 664-4203. Our website is hughesretirementgroup.com. You can find us on social media: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Hughes Retirement Group.
Do you have the TikTok? Does Wendy have a TikTok?
We do not.
You do not have the TikTok.
I think I need to make one for Rick because I think that would be really funny.
Yes.
Record him doing new TikTok dances and
Yes.
stuff.
Yes,
I think it would be very entertaining.
During AEP, he ran through the office saying, "It's time to shake and bake."
Oh!
So that would make a good TikTok.
Millions of people.
I think so. He could go viral.
Yeah.
Well, he was viral for Viral School, so that's a whole other story. All right, Wendy, what's happening?
All right, we have a gift card to give away. It's one of those that has 6 things on it. It's got Longhorn, Olive Garden, Cheddar, so on and so forth. $50 from Hughes Retirement Group.
Woo! What do we have to do? What do you want to do?
Call here, I reckon.
Here's what we'll do. Okay, so here's what we'll do. Let me think. All right, so okay, you don't even know this. We're not just gonna do an instant winner here. You got to do something for this. This is $50 at Longhorn, Cheddar's, Olive Garden, where
and
else?
then there's 3 others, but I don't think they're anywhere around here.
Yeah, no one cares.
You know how that.
So last night in the Wall Street Journal,
Oh goodness,
the bastion of economic activity, they did I love the Wall Street Journal. They did a fascinating article about the average time that Americans have dinner. Now, there's a lot of science to this. There's a lot of talk about this. A lot of health. There's a lot of health information about when you eat dinner. Okay? Here's what you need to do. If you want to win this, you know what? I'll give you 15 minutes till 9 a.m. You just tell us what time do you have dinner. Now, I got to give her credit. This was Mrs. Hartline's idea.
Okay.
And I was going to do it all morning. We've been busy all morning. The Lord's in this, all this. What time do you eat dinner? The average person in this country has dinner at 6:19 p.m.
Really?
That's what it said. So you can look it up, Wall Street Journal, and I would look it up because a lot of health benefits. There's also a lot of health problems with the time you have dinner. I won't go into all that. You want to win the $50 gift card, text or call us 423-614-6499. Call the volunteer Red Pest Mix line or text the Sell with Darren Miller text line, Darren at EXP Real Estate. What time do you eat dinner? Average time is 6:19. You got till 9 a.m. What time do you have dinner? If you had to average it,
honestly, it's more like 5:30 or 6.
That's us. You?
6:30.
6:30. Bridget?
Yeah, now that kids are grown and almost out of the house, we're more average.
4:15?
No, about 6.
Rick would.
Hey, Fruit Loops, what time do you eat dinner?
About 8 o'clock at night.
You're an idiot. Get off my radio, you moron.
Kids.
All right. Yeah, we're about. If I had to average it, this is. By the way, this is Mrs. Hartline's idea. So you bringing this in here, that's hilarious, fascinating. Nobody had that. This is how the best things happen. No plan. We have no plan.
Okay, so how do they win? They
call or text.
But is it?
And the time limit's 9 o'clock. We do a drawing.
Okay, gotcha.
We have to do that now because of the text machine. The text machine, we get hundreds of texts every day. It's changed everything.
Gotcha. All right.
Thank you.
One last thing I want to throw in there.
Please.
I told you about. We are going to be at the game at Lee University for the Union game, 4 o'clock on Saturday.
Yes.
And that we have returning players from the Rick Hughes era. So it's the 25th reunion, and that's crazy to me since we left. So we are going to honor George Starr, whom we love dearly, and we're going to have a little event for him after the game. So tickets are free, like you said earlier. So come out and cheer George on.
Let me say this. I used to, so when Rick Hughes, the first time I met Rick, he was coaching at Lee men's basketball. I would sit in my car and listen to him and George Starr on the post-game interviews. And I told Rick, I used to tell him you'd be the best analyst. They were the best post-game interviews you ever wanted to hear in your life. And I would sit and just listen. I didn't care where I was, I'd just stop and listen. And they had such a chemistry on the air. It was unbelievable.
They did, and they still do. They're still friends, and we love George.
Yes, we do.
Yes.
So 4 o'clock Saturday.
Mm-hmm. And Union was one of our biggest rivals back then.
Still is.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. Wendy, Jamie, great to see you.
You too. Thanks, Steve.
You got till 9 a.m. $50 gift card. It's the same company, but Longhorn, Olive Garden, Cheddar's.
Mm-hmm.
Man, all you got to do is call or text us, what time do you have dinner? What time? That's based on a Wall Street Journal article yesterday. We're back in just a moment.
This news update is brought to you by Newlyweds Foods. Newlyweds Foods is hiring. Call them at 423-559-0909 or visit newlywedsfoods.jobs.net and search Cleveland Jobs.
Shop local at Eller & Owens Furniture and Mattress. The Eller &
Why rain on County Best Buy Metals?
For 20 years, Best Buy Metals has provided permanent steel roofing. Additionally, we've expanded to manufacture metal siding, including steel, board and batten, and traditional lap siding. We also offer custom pole barns, from a simple roof-only structure to a fully enclosed building. Stop by one of our 7 showrooms today or visit us online 24/7 at bestbuymetalroof.com.
Save up to $7,500 on new F-Series trucks and Mach-E Mustangs at Cleveland Ford. That's right, big discounts are back at Cleveland Ford. We also have financing as low as 0%. So hurry to Cleveland Ford today or shop clevelandford.com.
The Vascular Institute is the region's only critical limb center focusing on amputation prevention and all of your vascular endovascular needs, saving legs, restoring lives. Their team of board-certified, fellowship-trained vascular surgeons, along with their VIC vascular team, deliver comprehensive treatment for all of your vascular, vein, and dialysis issues. VIC, changing the delivery of vascular care for our region. No referral is needed and appointments are within 1 week, accepting new patients. Visit VascularInstituteOfChattanooga.com or call 423-602-2750.
Mayfield Dairy, celebrating 100 years of the iconic Mayfield ice cream at MayfieldDairy.com. Proudly headquartered in Athens, Tennessee. Bender Realty is proud to have 3 agents who've been in real estate for over 40 years. The experts at Bender Realty don't just live here, they volunteer and contribute to the community in our area.
Our involvement in the community of who being able to reach out to, whether it's city planner, county planner, economic development committee, to help you bring new businesses into the Cleveland area. We're all involved and we're able to keep up with what's going on and what's coming into Cleveland.
If you're looking to buy, sell, lease, or rent, trust your friends at Bender Realty. 472-2173. Bender-Realty.com. Be home with Bender Realty.
Now at Hardee's, 2 hand-breaded chicken tender wraps are only $5. Choose your favorite flavors for endless combinations. 2 wraps, just $5. Hardee's, goodness in the making. Get exclusive offers on the Hardee's app.
Give them a call today at 423-219-5272 or check them out at mypatriot.us.
Don't wait until you're sick to see a primary care physician. If you're not getting regular checkups, you're not getting a complete picture of your overall health. Find a primary care physician or provider near you. Visit memorial.org/PCP.
All right, quick check of sports here. The CHI Memorial Sports Desk is sports sponsored in part by by Solutions Finance of Tennessee. Ricky Hentz, Greg Redmond, and they got cash if you're still trying to pay your holiday bills. All right, Nick Saban retired after 28 years as a head coach. He has 17 at Alabama, won the most national championships in history, 6 titles at Alabama, another championship while he coached at LSU before that. And it's been quite about a 14-hour time period here, as then Mix 1041 and MixTV.tv had a interesting report last night, speaking with sources inside the University of Alabama about Saban's retirement being, quote, the best planned surprise in the history of college sports, and that the new coach would be announced within 72 hours. Now, that was last night. We spoke with the source inside of the University of Alabama. Then this morning, Sports Illustrated reports that Oregon coach and former assistant at Alabama to Saban, Dan Lanning, is in Tuscaloosa, as they have they've tracked the the private planes to Tuscaloosa. Dan Lanning is in Tuscaloosa. You know, who knows? But understand the NBC affiliate in Birmingham last night scrapped the NBC primetime programming. 3 hours of Saban coverage on the NBC television affiliate.
Wow, how about that?
And that, I mean, of course. The Saban statue is covered in, understand this morning, Little Debbie oatmeal cream pies, which a lot of people you may know, may not know. Nick Saban, every morning for breakfast, has a Little Debbie oatmeal cream pie and a cup of coffee every morning. That's his breakfast.
Wow.
And so they've done that. They've done cream pies. They've done RC Colas. They've done Golden Flake, the official chip of Alabama. So anyway.
Maybe he'll retire up here at McKeeford.
You know, he's got that big new $40 million house in Florida, Jupiter Beach. He owns several car dealerships.
Wow.
He's 72. I'm one of these. I don't think he's done. I really don't. I don't know. Well, his best friend, Bill Belichick, is out at New England after 24 years. ESPN reported this morning, Belichick out in New England. He and Saban are best friends, and quite frankly, Saban, the greatest college coach ever, Belichick, the greatest pro coach ever. And so that is happening. Pete Carroll fired in Seattle after 14 years with the Seahawks. He won a Super Bowl and the national championship when he coached USC. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Belichick is rumored to be coming to the Atlanta Falcons. Bring him on. I'd take him today.
You're ready.
I'd take him today. Greatest coach in the history of the league? Yeah, I'd take him today. Arthur Blank will probably do that. Arthur is 81 years old, realizes that, well, may not be a lot of time for, I don't know. There you go. Mississippi State beat UT last night in men's basketball, 77-72. How about Lauren Hurst at Cleveland High? Junior volleyball player has won back-to-back Gatorade Volleyball Player of the Year awards in Tennessee. She'll be here in the morning.
Awesome. Congratulations.
So proud of Lauren. She's such a great girl. She proves you can go above your raising. As far as her father, Matt and Wendy Hurst, tremendous job. Addison and Grant at UT, Addison at South Alabama. Lauren, every major university wants her in this nation. She's two-time now, 2 in a row, Gatorade Volleyball Player of the Year.
Wow, well-deserved.
She's a great girl. Cleveland at Bradley wrestling tonight at Smitty Arena. Lee University will host Christian Brothers doubleheader today, 5:30, Mix 1041 and the Mix app, presented by CHI Memorial. And the Lady Volunteers will host Florida tonight. The Lady Gators, 6:30. Now, Fruit Loops, the talk station's still down?
Let me check. I'm going to the radio. Yes. But hey, you can listen anywhere worldwide on the Mix 104 app.
Worldwide. Mr. Worldwide.
Mr. Worldwide at Pitbull. Talk 1013 and Fiesta down on regular radio. And I told you we are going to start naming the National Communications Company on the air by this afternoon if this thing ain't restored, because they have been absolutely hard to deal with.
And it's not Heartline LLC? No? Is that the one you're talking about? The national company?
No, that'd be an international company. No. No, it's not. Hey, we're joined right now by Danielle Greenwood with Championship One Wrestling. Danielle, how are you?
I'm great, Steve. How are you?
Well, we're doing great, and I know that there's a lot of stuff going on. You got a big show Saturday night, is that right?
That is true. We have a women's match, Mama Hannah versus Crystal Fire. We have a big battle royal. We have a couple of matches, Draven Lee versus Adrian Ace, and Nathaniel Wild versus The Standard. That's a 2-on-1 match. But I also wanted to talk about we're going to have an award show on February 3rd.
Really?
So we're going to give out awards. One's going to be Match of the Year. Other one's going to be Rookie of the Year. Most Hated of the Year.
I'd give that to Fruit Loops. Or Bridget. That'd be a close race.
Right. Tag Team of the Year, and then Most Popular of the Year.
Oh!
That's all going to be on February 3rd. However, we're going to do Match of the Year. We're going to let people vote on our Facebook page online.
Okay.
And also in person for all the other awards for this week and next week.
Okay, so tell us, how do we find your Facebook page?
Just look up Championship 1 Wrestling, and 1 is spelled out, so it's O-N-E.
All right. We're joined by Danielle Greenwood, Championship 1 Wrestling. And, of course, Danielle, every Saturday night at it used to be the McDonald School there in McDonald, but now you're the C1W Arena. It's a great night of entertainment, isn't it?
It is, and we've had an influx of fans coming in, over 100 every week recently, so it's been amazing. Tickets are only $8. The kids 5 and under are free. We have full concession stand, but I also want to mention March 9th, we will not be at C1W Arena. We will be at the National Guard Armory in Cleveland.
Oh, wow, great.
And we will have the real one, who used to be Enzo Amore on WWE.
Wow. So that's going to be huge. I can't wait to talk more about that. Danielle Greenwood, Championship 1 Wrestling. So, again, how do they get more information about what you're doing there?
Just go to Championship 1 Wrestling on our Facebook. We'll start posting stuff for that big show here pretty soon, and we'll make an event page for that. And then we're every Saturday, doors open at 7, show starts at 8, and like I said, $8, kids 5 and under are free.
All right, Danielle Greenwood, it is Championship 1 Wrestling this Saturday night, 8 o'clock at the C1W Arena, McDonald, Tennessee, the former McDonald School. Danielle, thanks so much. I appreciate you calling.
Thank you. Y'all have a great day.
You too.
Your music, your station. 'Cause I don't care when I'm with my baby, yeah. All the bad things disappear. I really need you tonight.
Here is Brian Poole, owner of Poole Funeral Home and Cremation Services of Cleveland.
We probably have the best facilities in the area. They're very spacious, accommodating. We have 4 big visitation rooms, big chapel. We can live stream services as well now, have that capability. I enjoy serving and ministering to that family. That's the thing I'm doing. I'm a servant. I just love helping families at the worst time of their life. I feel like God's given me something to work with, and I try to use His ministry. We treat your family like they're our family.
Mixed Mornings on Mix TV is Southeast Tennessee's best way to stay informed about.
Good morning. I'm going to start you off with a look at our clouds and radar map. So first up, what you're going to notice, very little happening here locally. It is a quiet, a calm start to the day. It is cold outside though. This cold front's really not going to make an impact on our weather, but I want to zoom out and draw your eyes westward because this is the culprit that's going to be bringing what's going to qualify us for another storm alert weather day for tomorrow. Storms, yes. High wind, also a yes for tomorrow. So let's run through today and how you can certainly enjoy it. Plentiful sunshine for your Thursday. A few stray clouds here and there will be possible, but you're generally going to get sunny skies skies today. A light breeze coming out of the south. High temperatures above what's normal, certainly above what we had yesterday. So highs today in the 50s for most spots, about 53 to 58. It will still be nice this evening time as well. Let me take you to the overnight hours. Clouds will begin to increase, particularly after midnight. And then by early Friday morning, we start to get a few of these spotty rain showers showing up 6, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. I think the window of time between about 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. will be when we have the most widespread rain. First in the form of kind of these clusters of these scattered showers and storms. Then we're going to be watching a storm line to move across our area right around midday. Here's the line right there. With this line, that's when we can have some of those embedded severe storms with that strongest gusty wind. As that pushes eastward, it's going to exit our far eastern communities like Cherokee County in North Carolina around 4 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. Notice on the backside of it, there's a pretty rapid clearing of clouds. So late afternoon into the early evening, you're even going to get a little bit of sunshine and generally quieter conditions for your Friday night out. However, it will still be windy for your Friday evening. That wind doesn't really die down until we get to the day on Saturday. So Saturday, when we look at that on Futurecast, very nice with a whole lot of sunshine, but it will be cooler on the backside of that system. So first up, how much rain then on Friday are we looking at? Well, about 1/4 of an inch up to an inch will be possible. So it's not going to be as much of a soaker as what we dealt with on Monday night through the day on Tuesday, but additional rainfall on the fact that our ground is pretty saturated right now means that we could run into a few spots of some localized flooding. I think the bigger thing is going to be our wind potential. So first up, we'll talk about it in the form of our severe outlook. So this is going to be with those embedded severe storms. The biggest risk for that is to the south and east of our area. So it's outside of our region. If you know anybody from Atlanta, southward towards Macon, over to Columbia, South Carolina, they're in that level 3 enhanced risk. Back here at home in the Tennessee Valley, we're at a level 1 marginal risk, which is the lowest one on the scale. That means, yes, there's a low end chance we could see a couple of isolated severe storms. The biggest problem being these damaging high winds, but there is a small chance with a tornado risk to the south and some limited hail to the south. So as I show you those individual maps, you can see all this brown color. This is that 5% for that wind risk. And then for the other two, the southern area. So tornado risk, that 2% in the green. And then you're going to see that 5% chance for that hail, but just barely kind of clipping into the southern part of our viewing area. I do think the wind is going to be the greatest concern. So you have the wind in the form of a severe storm. But do you remember just how gusty it was on Tuesday throughout the day into the nighttime? We're also going to have that tomorrow. So we have additionally wind advisories that have been issued for the entire area, high wind warnings in the gold for the mountains. Those wind advisories, max gusts 45 to 55 miles per hour. Up in the mountains, they could see gusts up to 80 miles per hour. It is going to be breezy tomorrow. That could lead to some localized power outages and some tree damage as well with that wind. Now, as far as the temperatures go, enjoy the milder air today and tomorrow. It'll cool down this weekend into the 40s. But check out early next week. Highs only in the 30s. Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, that looks like it's going to be the coldest one, 17 degrees. We're going to have spots outside the city closer to 10, 11, 12 degrees in the morning time. It will be frigid. Of course, before we can talk about that and get to there, we get to enjoy the sunshine today and then certainly being aware and alert for the stormy and windy weather tomorrow.
I can't skip over the 17 degrees. Like you said, sunny, and I heard that, but I've never experienced those type of temperatures before.
Really?
I've never seen that before.
Okay.
When you said it earlier, I was standing over there by the camera. I was like, what?
Yeah.
I'm scared.
It's going to be cold. So this is probably going to be the coldest air that we've seen in our area since Christmas of 2022. So a little over a year ago. So it's not out of the question.
Hopefully I'll be inside that day.
Yeah. Or if you're not, just be prepared, layer up.
Okay.
There you go.
Thank you so much, Allison.
There are a lot of banks, so what makes Southern Heritage Bank unique? It's our commitment to being unbelievably good as we identify and meet your needs. Stop by one of our 5 locations in Cleveland or Chattanooga and let us show you the difference our customers have come to expect. We strive to offer the latest banking technology, mobile wallet, online account opening, mobile banking with bill pay, and ATMs that allow cash or check deposit. All available 24/7 with a local community bank. Southern Heritage Bank, a division of First Citizens National Bank, member FDIC.
Now at Hardee's, 2 hand-breaded chicken tender wraps are only $5. Choose your favorite flavors for endless combinations. 2 wraps, just $5. Hardee's, goodness in the making. Get exclusive offers on the Hardee's app.
Transform your window project with Cleveland Exteriors. High-quality Viwintech windows built to last a lifetime. Cleveland Exteriors, your trusted partner for exceptional windows. Visit clevelandexteriors.com or call today.
Mayfield Dairy, celebrating 100 years of the iconic Mayfield ice cream at mayfielddairy.com. Proudly headquartered in Athens, Tennessee.
Dad, are these numbers right? Our factory's been overproducing mattresses for most of the year.
The boys were on a heater and I just let them cook.
What?
Yeah, well, when you have a crew of craftsmen like we do, you just gotta let them go.
Well, I guess there's one thing to do. Right now at Mermaid Mattress, get Tempur-Pedic, the most highly recommended mattress in America, starting at only 41 cents a night. But people better hurry because at these prices, they won't last long.
And it's only at Mermaid Mattress.
Your sleep handmade, hand-delivered.
You're watching Mix Mornings on Mix TV. Here is your current Kia of Cleveland time. And your current temperature is brought to you by Simply Bank.
TV. And looky here, I'm joined by my longtime friend, haven't seen him a long time, Larry Gurney, the owner of Ohh Yeah! Health and Fitness. Larry, how are you, buddy?
I'm great, Steve. Good morning.
So glad to see you again. It's been a long time.
Yep. Yeah, it has. Yeah, it seems like we get together on January, especially when we're talking about resolutions, and so I was looking forward to getting back in here.
Well, all right, so let's start at the top. It is January.
Yep.
And traditionally, people, it's a clean slate, isn't it, Larry?
I mean, it's a chance to start a new slate. Yeah, exactly. You know, I mean, I think somehow it was ingrained in all of us back, I guess, from our parents or wherever. But, January is that fresh start. January is that time to commit to doing the things you've been promising yourself or telling yourself you need to do. So that January 1st is kind of like the first day of a month, first day of a week. There's always reasons to get something started, but January is the big one. January is the one, and of course we all hear the negative things about, what percentage of people drop their resolutions within 30 days, and that's the big challenge. I mean, most people start with the best intentions and go out and take whatever action they can to get started, and a lot of times, like what we focus on is just making sure they stick to it. That's the most important thing with resolutions, yeah.
Well, I tell you what, we got a lot of new people here. A lot of people we got people moving into this area, Cleveland and Bradley County especially, every day, literally. So I want you to just take it from the top. Tell me about Ohh Yeah! Health and Fitness for those people who are new and haven't heard about it.
Well, I think it's, kind of use the old cliche one-stop shop, but I mean, really it's a 30,000 square foot mega fitness health center. From free weights to the classes, the yoga, all of the HIIT classes, all of the selectorized equipment, our locker room facilities, the sauna and the hot tubs and the lockers, and then, of course, the wellness component, the recovery, the cryotherapy, the compression therapy, infrared sauna, salt room therapy for handling so many of the different therapy and the ailments. So, really, it's a place where we have, of course, our team, our certified trainers, and we try to put together for what most people are looking for is just a plan that they can stick with, something they can realistically look at and say, hey, I can fit this into my lifestyle. So most of us know what the general rules of that is. A good nutrition plan. We work with you on that. We have our own, nutrition plan with your app. We give it to you. You put it on your phone. It helps you. It's not a lot of tracking or measuring or weighing, but it definitely allows you to keep bearing on your nutrition. Of course, the exercise, most people are going to say if you can get in there 3 days a week, you're going to create a good habit. That's something more likely if you can do that for 4 to 6 weeks that you will stick to it, because it's not that you enjoy it. It's not that you love it. It's not that any of us couldn't think of a better way to spend our time, but you're going to love the way you look. You're going to love the way you feel. And I think the compliments and the way you, from buying new clothes and waking up in the morning, looking in a mirror and saying, damn, I like the way I'm looking.
You say, oh, yeah.
Yeah, I say, oh, yeah, let's keep doing this.
Oh, yeah.
Right, yeah. And so that's really what it's about. Really it comes down to the word accountability. I think people want a plan. I think people are ready to do what they think and understand they need to do, but they need someone there also to help them keep themselves accountable. You know, and so we've created this tracking method. We have, you know, to where when you come in each month, we have this test. It's called a Seeka machine, but the test literally takes 45 seconds, but you cannot have eaten, you can't have drank anything for the last couple of hours. And when we schedule this for each of our members, and you come in once a month, you take off your socks and shoes, you stand on this machine, you grab it with your hands, 30, 45 seconds later, we're giving you a 3-page printout of what makes up every ounce of what you weigh today. It'll tell you exactly how much of it's fat, how much of it's muscle, how much of it's bone, how much of it's skin, how much of it's water. But it breaks it down for you, and it sounds complicated, but it's very simple to look at. And if you do that once a month and you think, like, I'm going to take last month's and put it beside this month's, and I'm going to look back 3 months ago where I was and where I'm in today, that's what motivates you. That's where if you can see the results where you can't see it as quick in the mirror, but yet you see it on paper, you know you're doing good, you know. So really, I think we put a lot of stock into helping people to hold themselves accountable. But the club in general, I mean, you know, we always tell people, I mean, as you know, Steve, we have a 3-day free, 3 for free. Anyone can call and say, hey, I'd like to come down and work out in your gym, try it out for a few days. I mean, it's all access. I mean, you come in for 3 days, you own the club. I mean, you go in and work out on anything you want. You stay as long as you want. Go sit in the sauna. Go sit in the hot tub. Take a shower. Take a break. Go back and work out again. Go take a class. Go try some yoga. Do whatever you want. But 3 days, you try it out. So there's no real convincing someone, you know, or trying to describe it. We just say, come in and try it. Yeah. Try it for 3 days. And then, of course, as what we're doing right now, I mean, it always has blown my mind to think that you could have many places offer this. So I'm not just saying it about us, but have everything inside this club, 30,000 square feet. We just bought $50,000 of new equipment in January. Wow. Every year you have to buy new equipment. It's kind of like phones or computers. I mean, you're behind if you're not. But I mean, with all of the equipment, with all of the therapies, with all of the classes, everything that's there 7 days a week, and it's 40 cents a day. Wow. You know, and when I think of that, I'm like, you know, how would it be you can get that for 40 cents a day? And of course, a lot of people say, well, you know, a lot of gyms are like that. Well, yeah, but it's like, it's insane to me. You know, when I think about it, you know, I actually look up at that. That's fine, but I mean, it's the most important investment you can make in your life. There's nothing you could spend your money on that's more valuable. And I mean, and I know I'm speaking from a bias, but in the end, I mean, if you can feel better, if you can look better, if you can potentially live longer, be more active, and someone says, yeah, get all that if you'll come down here 3 days a week and we'll charge you 40 cents a day and you can use it all. I mean, it's unbelievable, you know. So to me, it's always just finally getting someone to take action. You know, it's finally getting someone, even someone listening to me now that said, you know, damn, I know I've been doing that. I've been wanting to do it. I'm going to go try it out for 3 days, check it out, and then spend $12 a month to belong to this club and use it every day if I want, and have us there to help you. You know, so it's something people should try out, you know.
This is why I like having Larry in, because he breaks it down for you very, very easily. We're joined by Larry Gurney. He is the owner of Oh Yeah Health and Fitness at the Village Green, Townsend. You alluded to the $12 a month. That is, I know, your New Year's special right now.
Yep. Yeah, well, right now, you know, what we did, we created a new membership for this month because what studies have shown, you know, and of course everyone, regardless of how studies are, but they say that more people that have a workout partner or have a friend or have a family member, someone else that's a member, it's not even that they have to be there with you all the time. But if you know your friend's a member and you're a member, you're more even likely to stick to it longer, and even if your friend, you know, can't be there with you or whatever, but you're not going to just drop your membership. So we came up with a membership where we said, hey, 2 memberships for $12 a month. So when someone comes in with a friend, and so basically at $24 for 2 memberships for each of these people, now you got a workout partner, you got a support system, you got someone that, you know, you can I don't know, vent with, So, yeah, I think the special is really good right now as far as having people want to get a workout partner.
So what do they do, Larry? How do they find out more? What do you tell people as far as taking action? What do they need to do?
I tell people, go to our social media, go to our Facebook, go to our Instagram, go to our website, call the club, walk in. Just pull in and walk in and say, hey, I heard Larry or I heard Steve, whoever, they said I could get 3 days free. What's the catch? And we're going to say, there's no catch. Here you go. We're going to hand them a 3-day pass. We're going to put their name and number in our system so that we can at least verify you are who you are and show your ID when you walk in. And then we try to check it out. I mean, as far as our wellness therapies now, people, they can't believe, but you can go in there and get wellness therapy. We got the program where I'm talking about, compression, infrared sauna, salt booth therapy. These sessions right now during January, $2.50 per session.
My goodness.
Okay, so admittedly, all of our therapies is an additional charge. But for $2.50, you can sit in an infrared sauna. You can go in a salt booth and clear out your whole cardiovascular system. You can have compression, whatever. But so, yeah, it's one of our best specials of the year. So I'd say to people, you owe it yourself, come down, try it for 3 days, try it for 1 day, whatever, and then let our trainers show you what we would do to help design a program for you, put together a nutrition program for you, and kind of hold you accountable, but make it fun,
It's Larry Gurney, Oh Yeah, Health and Fitness. We're 11 days into the year. Of course, it's never too late, but now's the time. And like Larry said, you've been hearing about it. You see Oh Yeah, you've heard us talking about it, all that sort of thing. You've seen them. Do something about it. Take some action. Look around, maybe even right now. Maybe if you're with your children or your grandchildren. Hey, be here for them.
Hey, that's an important point. You just reminded me we started this new thing this year is Family Sunday.
Yes, Joe.
Yeah, and so it's actually where you can bring down your kids, and we have special classes for them while mom and dad works out or hits the sauna, and the kids love it. They get to see where it is that mom and dad go during the week. They get to go to the gym. They get to walk through the big gym, go into their class, do the different class and fun activities we have for them while parents are able to get a workout or watch the kids. So, yeah, Family Sunday, it's something people are really enjoying.
All right. It is, Oh Yeah, Health and Fitness, and really just doing so much variety. I mean, you're doing something for everybody, every group of people.
Yeah, and you're right. Variety is the key, too, because, you can't let your program get stale. You got to do different things. That's a lot of people, they'll join a gym, and like you're saying, go from the equipment and then go to the boxing class or go to the yoga or Pilates class, and then, change your program up where it just stays interesting to you, right?
Of course, you can find out all about it at ohyeahlife.com. But, again, the best way, it's just what Larry told you. You want to go down there today is say, hey, give me that 3-day pass, Joe, or whoever. And
right.
Give me that 3-day pass, Joe.
Whoever's behind that front desk to say, where's my 3-day pass?
Where's my 3-day pass? Larry Gurney, it's a pleasure seeing you. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for what you've done in this community. You've helped a lot of people.
Yeah, that's the point. Honestly, of course, it's to be in business, is of course to be successful. But when you can look up and look at people and know, that you are, I won't say saving, but definitely extending and improving the quality of life for a lot of people, and that's what happens.
You got that right. All right, and here pretty soon, folks, even beginning next week, you're going to be hearing a lot of familiar people to you start telling you about their experience at Oh Yeah Health and Fitness. That will begin next week, and so look out for that. Larry, thanks so much. Great to see you, buddy.
Thank you.
All right, and we're going to start your workday. That's it for us on Mix 104.1. Bridget, I do believe, before we go, though, Wendy Hughes was here, Hughes Retirement Group, and Wendy brought a prize. Is that right?
She sure did. It's a $50 restaurant gift card that can be used at Olive Garden, Cheddar's, Longhorn, different places like that.
Yeah, it's the same. I believe that's the Darden restaurants. Anyway, so Wall Street Journal yesterday did an article about what time do you have dinner, because there is a lot, and we're not going to bore you with all the details, but we've already bored you. But what time do you have dinner? it means a lot to your overall health. Well, the Wall Street Journal, they based on the study they did, the average time that people have dinner is 6:19 p.m. Well, we've asked you to call or text in and tell us what time you've had dinner. And I got to give her credit. This was Mrs. Hartline's idea. And then Wendy brought that gift card in for a restaurant. So it all just came together. So we got a bunch of responses. So, Bridget, who have we drawn out here?
That winner is Gina Patterson. Congratulations. She's listening over at PhD Pharmacy.
Gina Patterson, what time does Gina Patterson have dinner?
She said 7:45.
Gina, it's too late. Now here's the deal. Now, I understand some people have to eat later. But I think the key to that article was, and I read the article yesterday myself, the key to the article was that it's the time, you want to have at least 2 hours between, Larry can talk for an hour about nutrition, but between going to eating and going to bed. I mean, that really is, that's what the article is all about. Mm-hmm. So thanks for all the response. Gina, enjoy that gift card from Hughes Retirement Group. And we'll get you to your workday, your music for your workday now. This is Mix 104.1, and for MixTV.tv, we're going to say goodbye for now. We'll see you again tomorrow.
Hey, this is Justin Timberlake. I'm at cheer.